Tonight, we bring you this week's flight sim news, the new City Update 6, a Dornier Do 31, Horton Ho 229, and Mount Everest Volume 1, Lukla. Hello. Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Welcome to the middle of the week, the halftime show. Let's get over the hump. It's time for the news. And I hope you're all keeping very well indeed. And we have news tonight. There's quite a bit actually. On tonight's show, of course, we're going to be checking out all of this week's flight sim news, along with the new city update, just released, well, yesterday. City Update 6 features a couple of cities out the south of Germany and also one just over the border back into France. We're also going to be checking out the new Local Legends. It's that of a Dornier Do 31. Then we're going to move over and check out the Horton Ho 229, a German aircraft, a flying wing, essentially. And finally, we check out Aerosoft's new rendition along with, I think it's Lime Design. Well, they've just released the Mount Everest Volume 1. And they're showcasing Lukla Airport, which is Mad Airport, right? Officially known as Mad Airport, because it's difficult to land and take off from. Do you know? There's no refunds, not hope it. But I hope you're keeping fairly well. How's your week going? Do you know? It's a normal week. Have I done nothing stupid this week? So far, so good. Yeah. So I wasn't well last night. I was going to stream last night, and Jesus, then fatigue or something caught up with me, and I spent the night kind of, well, I was doing stuff, I wasn't able to stream, but come here, the city update, and well, for the sim, one of the fastest updates, don't jinx it, Murph, but one of the fastest updates, pretty much went off without any sort of a headache at all, from what you can see, do you know? So anyway, who's here? We rumble in on this fine Wednesday. Well, I say it's fine. You'd want to see the rain. Does it ever stop raining in Ireland? Like, at all? Do you know? But anyway, Captain Sickbag, how are you? Happy Wednesday, man. Super Typhon rambles in. I spoke to Ali Super Ty, thank you very much. Tarnish Mossman, happy Wednesday to you. Nightsep is in the chat. 41 months subscribed to the channel. Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. That's insane support. It's 41, do you know? Vacuum is here. Welcome aboard Onboard Simulations. Good evening. Hope you're well. Now let me see. Billy B, welcome aboard, man. Happy Wednesday. Spitfire RF 100 rambles in. Isidious is here. Jan Drace bursts in the door and he says, happy hump day. Helric, he says, good evening and top of the week, Murph and gang. Murph, no barrel rolls or loop-the-loops tonight. I've come down with a bad case of vertigo. Jesus. Feel better soon. Sterling, good day. Hope all is well. Soaring AJ has rambled in with a tier 3 subscription for 39 months. Go way out of that. Thank you very, very much indeed, Soaring AJ. Hope you're well. Fireper Strike is here. He says, good afternoon, Murph and Fireflies. I took the DC-3 to some major college towns in Indiana and Michigan earlier. Man, yourself, Viper. Kozaki Flyer is here. He says, happy Wednesday. Murph, wanting to see if the Gotha is worth going over budget for. Ooh, we shall find out. Hayden UK is here. Good to see you. Ranbog Mord, you're very welcome in. We need like a rank structure for Rambog. Do you know what I mean? Lieutenant Commander Rambog. Right? Brilliant. That'll work. Old Veteran 965. Happy hump day, y'all. Hope it's a great day for you. Sit back, relax, enjoy the banter and the crack. Brilliant. That rhymed. Fantastic news. Now let me see. Navnak, welcome aboard. Muse fan. He burst in the door. He says, Asher, tis yourselves. Happy hump day. Yous mad jokes, yous. Welcome in, Muse. How are you, man? Hang on, we've buttons over here, look. Bit of background music. Do you know what I mean? Listen, right? Look at the head in it. Look at the head in it. This bit, I don't know where it's trying to get to, but like, the rest of them want to follow it. You're down there now, you devil, you. What was that movie? There's something about Murphy, right? Let's leave it there. It's I'm a trendsetter, lads. In case you didn't know, I set the trends. Yeah. Don't dress like Murphy. But anyway, SK Sun is here. It's good to see you. Bell Bro rambles in. He says, happy hump day. Great day for the new newsage. Indeed. Mick Ham, how are you? Fierce Wolf, looking fierce. Dan Wolfie, you're very welcome in. Now let me see. The DL31 will cause an avalanche at Lukla. It just would. But yes, Swap21, hola. Lima, Kilo Mike has rambled in. Good to see you, my guy. Hope you're well. Liptorius is here. Good to see you, man. How's she cutting? Doran. Oh, hi. Welcome in, man. Now, let me see. Larger Life. Hello there. Happy Wednesday. Now, Jesus, right, where are we at? Old Veteran, I just read that and I'm in a hoop. Now, brilliant. Memphis Ton, good evening. Happy Wednesday. Sim, Mr. Egan. Is it just me that imagines Murph wearing a flower patterned shorts and flip-flops under? Get a good hard look at the imagination now, lads. Do you know, one of these days, I have to be careful because sometimes I get up and go for a walk, you know. But the question you have to ask yourselves, is he actually wearing, well, I am. I'm wearing the black ones tonight, you know. I call them house pants. They're called joggings or, you know, joggings. Could be a soft J. But they're house pants. You couldn't wear these outside. People would think you had some sort of a condition, you know, or lack of fundage or something. Do you know what I mean? But around the house, grand, comfy, loosey-gooseys, right? Now, where are we at? We're over here, look. Vince C, good to see you. Another Gaming. Hello. Good to see you, man. QC Frank is in the house. I'm interested in your opinion about the Dornier. Yes, we'll check it out. No Undies McGee. He says, Murph, I hope you feel better. Thank you. I'm grand. You know me. I was a bit kind of, do you know, what did we watch? I wanted to start watching Fallout, and I'm saying, no, I have to wait now until I'm on an airplane, and then I'll watch it. But now I'm seeing people, like, you know, talking about it, and they're like, it's very good, and I'm like, yes, I want to watch it, but we'll have to wait for a while. Echo Charlie, good to see you, man. Proby Pete, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome in. Led Ballooner, great to see you, man. Hope all is well. Canoe Head 2 jumps in the window, and he says, hello from Canada. Wonderful day to you all. Welcome in, man. Another gamer has subscribed to Prime for 7 months, dude. Thank you very, very much indeed. Great to see everyone in here this evening. Shuffle Shoes shuffles in. AJH John, hope all is well. Baldrick, good evening, Baldrick. Hemmingbird, she says, Muse told me I'm not allowed to make any more food puns. He won't even taco about it. I said, right? I ought to give him a pizza in my mind. That's brilliant. Right? Hemmingbird, do you pun whilst in the presence of Muse? There's a serious question by candlelight. We need to know these things. But yes, now where are we at? We're over here, look. B. Carlo, good to see you. Goblin Zeus, welcome in. Sun Jammer is here. Welcome aboard, man. Proby Pete says, test flew the second leg of the flight of the Bremen this morning. Oh, nice. Yeah, we're flying that now this coming Friday in the Boeing 737, and I haven't flown the 73 in friggin' ages. It'll be interesting to see how we get on there, do you know? Old veterans, like, we call them pajamas. Ara, do you know, yeah. Oh, come here, do you know what the cat did? Yeah. So the cat, anyway, right? We call her Cat, just so there's no confusion, right? And, well, Mrs. Two-Tone, she was getting into bed, and the cat cat sleeps on the bed, usually near the bottom of the bed. Do you know? That's her territory. You go down there now, lads. You're taking your life in your own hands. But anyway, when she hopped into the bed, she must have startled Cat because the cat jumped, leapt, and jumped onto her face and then jumped off again, right? But it left Mr. Two-Tone with like a scratch. Well, yeah, a scratch. Wait, a scratch, a scratch, a scratch, a scratch, and a scratch. She came down the stairs. It was like a scene out of... I don't know what it was like a scene out of. What was it like... what's... Jesus. It was like a scene out of Braveheart, right? She came down like William Wallace without the blue paint. Ah! Well, it wasn't that bad. That's a total exaggeration. In fact, I'm making it all up. But like, she came down and I had to apply first aid, which was a dab of a, baby wipe. There, I said. And then the cat, right? She obviously got startled over something. Jesus, right? So there was great calamity in the house yesterday. She's grand now, lads, not a bother. But the calamity was mad, do you know? And do you ever see that meme with the cat filing its nails? Right? That's our cat. It just is. It's a black cat. What was the cat's name out of not Genie, The Witcher or something? What, The Witches? Well, Teenage Bewitched. What was the cat's name out of that years ago? Evil cat, right? But still a cat, right, Hemingway does I get? I'm afraid so. Oh, Jesus. Energizer. Sure, good evening and happy Wednesday. And to you, man. I see they called the Irish subs for the Trump trial. Wait, what? I see they called on the Irish subs. Oh, Jesus. Muse fan, we have pun-offs. I already crashed in the Dornier. It was fun. That's a good start. Yes. Now, where are we at? We're over here. Look, Salem. It was Salem. Brilliant, Adoran. Brilliant. Larger Life, good evening. And Grumpy Cat, sure. To the guys over on YouTube as well, very good evening to you, lads. Happy Wednesday. Let me see, Thrust Set Simulations, V-Sky Check, you're welcome in. Welcome in Swedish is Välkommen. Did I pronounce that right? Välkommen. I hope I did. Real Sim Pilot, welcome in. But yeah, so we've a bit of stuff here. We have to show off this machine here, right, and cover the news. So there is a bit to get through tonight. And well, kind of apart from that, it's... We're so close. Today's the 17th of April, right? And next week, is it next week or the week after? Microsoft are, tentatively, I don't know why they say tentatively. Yeah, we think we're going to. That sounds better. But they reckon they're going to be releasing Sim Update 15 on the 30th of April, right? And I reckon that's holding back a number of aircraft, I would think. So it'll be interesting to see the floodgates open when, the update comes out. Like, I don't know, our PMDG and TFDI design, and, well, we know that black square with the Dukes are certainly waiting on it. So we'll have to wait and, so a little bit over a week and a bit. Well, a week and a half, you might as well say 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, we should have the new Sim update. Do you know what I mean? Scorpio is here. It's good to see you. Jesus, Scorpio, 38 months. Thank you very, very much indeed. It's great to see you, man. How were your holidays? Did you have fun? Did you come back with a tan? Did you bring us all back a Toblerone or something? 3 for 2. Don't buy one. And then another... do you ever have that friend? They come back from the airport with 2 Toblerones. What are you doing with 2 Toblerones? I bought 2 of them. Yeah, but you get 3 for the price of 2. And then you just instantly ruined their holiday. Instantly ruined it. But that's what can happen. Now, let me see. Just in time for payday. Indeed. Right, I'm going to back out of this view for the dramatic effect and go over to this one. I need some sort of a, like a rail or something, like a train track. Do you know what I mean? Look at the state of this thing with a big pointy nose. You want to be careful. Right, you take someone's eye out with that. But yes, ailerons into wind, the hymn. Cheers, Murph. You sent panic through my soul. I'm getting married in 52 days. What? Jeez. God almighty. It's grand, ailerons. Whoever your best man is, just tell him to be prepared. Tag him out, or tag him in, right? It's one pressive appendage. Oh, Jesus. Murph, do you use a hyperdeck for the teleprompter? What's a hyperdeck? I have to be careful what I repeat. A hyperdeck. Air Ease, welcome in. Also, Microsoft Flight Sim release the new update as I can get my new computer built. Ooh, nice. We enjoyed it so much that we're off again next month. Says Scorpio. That's great news, Scorpio. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, this thing anyway. It's look, it's an interesting aircraft. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm kind of fascinated by this that they actually built it. They built 3 of them. Do you know? And well, we'll get into it and take it for a test flight and try not to, we probably will, though, crash, but that's all part of it, you know what I'm saying? Lots of buttons on this thing. There are a lot of buttons, yes. Flash Gordon spaceship type. Yeah, right, it does. You can imagine when they were building this, and we have made a very special airplane, and it will... They made it for the laugh, They made it for a laugh. Thanks, Viber, we'll have an hour look. But right, we'll jump in here now, and we're going to cover a hyper deck. Yes, I was trying to pronounce correctly ailerons. You wouldn't know what...
Hello there.
Hello there. You wouldn't know what Epic Fool is trying to catch you out with. Speaking of which, Epic Fool, are you doing Cross the Pond? Some say Rescue 116 will be busy. But yeah, teleported today. Hey, Skycheck, good to see you. Yeah, this is a mad looking divil, isn't it? Right, Murph, over here now to where you have, stuff. And we're going to go through the news, right? Over to the news. I think that the Irish may have invented this. Yes, we did. The Irish invented, of course, many things, or a great many of things. That sounds even more convincing. Oh wait, Jesus, I better better pause the sim. We'll go back to the sim here now in a moment. And we're going to catch up now on all the news. And the news, of course, provided by the awesome lads over at msfsaddons.com. Big shout out to Vashko, and of course then to the team at FS Elite. We say hello to Callum and the lads over at FS Elite. And there's a reason why I have to clean my monitor, because just before I pressed go live, no, I was already live, before I pressed the button to show up on camera, I was taking a sippage of a tasty beverage in which I spilt it everywhere, and then I coughed, and then the whole thing went shagging everywhere. Right? Only can happen to me. That's why, that's why there's a warm-up, lads. If you ever wonder why does Murphy take so, shagging long to get onto the stream, I start off with 47 push-ups, and, I complete about half of one. Then I sit down here and I think about life for a while, and, I do my stretches, get myself, ready do the facial movements of pronunciations with stuff, right? That's what I do. And then, nearly choke on my own drink. But yes, P.S. Miranda, you're very welcome in. 23 minutes and you're already reading the news. Right, do you know what I mean? So anyway, let's talk about it. So a new local legend is out for Microsoft FlightSim, and it is that of the Dornier Do31, right? Madness. So the Microsoft FlightSim team, and also InnyBuilds, have expanded the platform's aircraft roster today with the introduction of a unique aircraft, the Dornier Do31. It was an experimental jet-powered, VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing, aircraft that is part of the Local Legend series. It's one of the most innovative aircraft ever designed and lands on the platform the same day that City Update 6, Southwest Germany, also became available. The pioneering design from a Cold War Germany, well, it was designed and built by the West German company Dornier, which was a groundbreaking project initiated during the Cold War. Its development was driven by the need for a resilient air force that could operate independently of conventional runways, which of course would have been vulnerable to attack. The aircraft's design incorporated advanced engineering to achieve vertical takeoff and landing capabilities, aiming to use makeshift runways and even the highways in crisis situations. It was very interesting around this time, right? So the Germans, they had whatever airports, but they would have been at risk, but they also had the Autobahn. And the idea was, well, can we use the Autobahns to get aircraft up and out of there? Well, they could. And then they also came up with this other mad idea that they would use a rocket, put a rocket behind an aircraft to jet propel the devil into space, well, airborne, right? And they would use aircraft carrier arrestor cables to get them landed again. There was a whole load of different kind of ideas used at the time to see how could they operate aircraft and still, be in a position to defend if things went wrong. So the Do31, it stood out as the only jet-powered VTOL utility and transport aircraft of its time, featuring a sophisticated layout with a high-mounted wing, a cruciform tail, and a capacious fuselage designed for versatility and operational efficiency. Its power came from two Rolls-Royce Pegasus engines, supplemented by four Rolls-Royce RB162 4D turbojets on each wingtip, providing a combined thrust that was unparalleled for such an aircraft. The aircraft's technical achievements include a hybrid analog-digital flight control computer, the Do-960, which was critical in managing the complex dynamics of VTOL operations, and the computer system represents a significant innovation in flight sim or in flight technology, blending analog and digital components to manage the aircraft's stability and performance across different regimes. The Dornier made its maiden flight in 1967, showcasing its unique capabilities at various air shows. This thing even showed up at the Paris Air Show. Despite its technological advancements and successful demonstrations, the project was eventually shelved in the early 70s due to the high costs and operational complexities, making the Do-31 a rare legend in the annals of aviation history. Right? So this is for sale in the sim. You can pick it up. Depending on what version of the sim you have, be it deluxe, premium deluxe, or whatever, pricing starts at $14.99 and, well, downwards then. I think it's like $14, $12, or $9.99. It comes with several liveries, including the original experimental colours, as well as custom schemes like olive green, green camouflage, and marine search and rescue, right? I ate a pelican at a fancy restaurant once. Tasted lovely, but a huge bill at the end. Brilliant. Now, where are we at? We're over here, look. I saw this bird in the Dornier Museum. Posted some pictures in the real life section. Oh, nice one, Nightsep. Thank you for that. Now, let me see. So it's available now. We're going to take it for a flight tonight to see what it's all about. And already, you know, by looking at it, the thing is going to be dangerous. Dangerous. Now, moving on, aircraft updates. Well, Horizon Simulations have released an update for the 787-9. With CPD-LC comes to the freeware Dreamliner just in time for Cross the Pond. Horizon Simulations freeware 787-9 for Microsoft Flight Sim, well, it just got an upgrade. The developer, David N123, took to the company's Discord server to announce that version 1.1 of the company's flagship airliner product is now available through the Headwind installer. This latest edition of the Dreamliner includes CPD-LC and Hoppy integration, an EFB data load page, although this is non-functional, forked SAI and COM instruments, as well as a small system refactor. The addition of CPD-LC is particularly pertinent with VATSIM's biannual Cross the Pond coming up this weekend. Pilots planning on making the transatlantic crossings will be able to take advantage of the new feature to request and manage their trip through Shanwick and Gander's oceanic airspace with minimum radio chatter required. Basically, they're able to get clearances via their computer. It'll come up on the avionics screen on their aircraft. Super handy, right? Data link clearances can also replace the need for calling a delivery controller or even a pre-departure clearance, where the online controller supports this feature. So the idea being is they can put through the request through PDC, and they can also receive their instructions. Really handy. The latest version of the 787-9 can be downloaded now through the Headwind installer, and users are reminded that a copy of Microsoft Flight Sim, the Premium Deluxe Edition, is required in order for the 787 to function properly inside the simulator. So, the 789 actually, or the 787-10, which is in the sim, I think that won the Microsoft kind of World Cup of best aircraft. Did you see that? Seemingly the 787, the Dreamliner, is the most favoured at the moment. Now, moving on. Phoenix. Well, the A320, it's on sale for the first time, plus we get some news about the 319 and the 321. They also have a flash sale, which is still current. You can get 20% off the A320, but you need to make sure you do it in the next 1 hour and 28 minutes. Here's a chance to get probably the best aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator in terms of airliners. You can get it now for 20% off. Anyway, the update, a couple of things that came into it, and well, we'll start with the sale, right? So, recently received an eagerly anticipated Block 2, and that's, of course, for critical acclaim. Anyone who's flying the Phoenix will love it. And if you've been waiting for the perfect moment to dive into this superb airliner, now is the time, because a 20% sale, reducing it from $49.99 down to $39.99, which is actually incredible considering the complexity of this aircraft. Anyway, we also got an update regarding the A319 and the A321. Phoenix announced last year its intention to expand their fleet with the other two variants, and although development has been slower, largely due to the intensive work required for Block 2, well, they now report that the 319 and 21 package is progressing swimmingly and set to enter beta testing soon. This eagerly awaited expansion will be priced at $39.99, and it'll add both the 319 and 321 aircraft to the lineup, complementing the existing A320 base package. Additionally, the expansion will also introduce sharklet variants for these models later on in the year. Now, the updates that we got for the A320, well, there was pages of them, tons of them, right? Hey, Foreign Access here, good to see you, man. There was a lot of updates. So, alongside the announcements, they released an update focusing on performance enhancements and optimizations. Now, there is a bug. I think maybe it isn't a bug. I don't know. There's a bug that says your ignition is still on. But anyway, key areas of improvements include external engine modeling, the internal LVAR handling, artwork optimizations. They've also brought some new features and fixes across the aircraft systems and avionics, such as the updated EFIS Barrow Q&H LVARs to perf LVARs, which enhance the pilot's experience with more accurate and customizable settings. Fenix is also working on further refinements that will address specific company feedback or community feedback related to the aircraft behaviour during the flare and ground effect phases. Now, I was chatting to a couple of real-world A320 pilots, and they were actually very, very happy with Block 2's behaviour, right? Especially on landing. They said, no, you actually kind of have it right, but as, when you're missing that sort of view angle, if you like, and I suppose the immersion and the inertia of the aircraft, it's very difficult for sim pilots to kind of go, yeah, that's what it's doing. Some pilots like it, some pilots don't, but it looks as if Fenix are going to make a couple of small adjustments and retune it, right? I sent you that yoke on Discord. Look later. Thank you, Epic Fool. Lenny Brooks, the Fenix is a bargain for 40. Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. So these are all the patch notes, and there's lots of them, lots and lots of patch notes. So if you haven't already taken the plunge and you're wondering, is the Fenix really that good? It's that good. It's a remarkable aircraft, and considering the price point, it's incredible. I think it's an incredible aircraft. So moving on, as your Poly, when we know that they were working on the Bronco, it has now since been released, and after months of anticipation, Dougal McTavish, the chairman, resubscribed to the channel. Thank you very much indeed. 38 months. And then Alison Johnson burst in the door. Hello, Ali. Flying over there. 5 gifted tier 1 subs, lads.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Right. Thank you very, very much indeed, Ali. And, well, welcome in. Hope the flying is going, to use their word, swimmingly. Well, not swimmingly. You don't just be swimming. But, thank you very, very much indeed. Very kind of you. But, yeah, so look, the Bronco is out, lads. Now, there's a freeware Bronco. Jesus! Test pilot has also jumped in. 28 months test pilot. Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. I didn't crash on takeoff tonight. It's a success. Brilliant. I nearly crashed on takeoff the other day with the MD-11. And when I say I nearly crashed on takeoff, like there was feet in the difference. Like a matter of like several feet, but great news. So yeah, there's a very good freeware. Cold Nebo, thank you very much indeed for the bits. Lads, these are very good. Look at you starting a hype train. Would you behave yourselves? On VATSIM, yeah. But yeah, the Bronco, there's a very good freeware one out, right? And I would recommend go with the freeware one, see if you like the aircraft, and then if you do, this is quite the upgrade, if you like, over the freeware one. I'm not saying something considering how good the freeware aircraft actually is. As your Poly, I think, have really outdone themselves with this aircraft. It's one of the best looking in terms of modelling. It flies really well. There's a lot of features to it. And it's actually quite a remarkable aircraft. So it's now available in the sim. And it was developed in collaboration with real Bronco pilots based on the detailed studies of a still active Bronco. It's arguably the most comprehensive and accurate rendition of the Bronco ever made for flight simulation enthusiasts, who can now experience another detailed and feature-packed aircraft from Azure Poly. Absolutely brilliant, right? The virtual model of the Bronco couldn't be more feature-rich. Highly detailed external and internal model with high-resolution textures to the advanced flight model developed with input of former pilots, to comprehensive simulations of the fuel and electrical systems, amongst many other engaging features. There's a lot here to keep us entertained, including droppable stores, guns that shoot. There's some pretty cool stuff here. You'll see from the video of just how good the thing looks, right? Did I fly the pre-release? I think I flew the pre-release. We'll definitely be doing a group flight with this coming up soon because it is a really nice aircraft to fly. The viewing angle in it, like the cockpit layout and all that, it feels like you're flying in a fighter jet, but the aircraft handles superbly well. And yes, fire missions. These things are used by CAL FIRE for spotters and leaders and all this sort of stuff, you know. Hangar Studios is here. He says owner pilots are a dev's most valuable resource. I can only imagine. But you can see from it, like, we've flown it. Some of the textures on this thing are absolutely just, they're stunning. I nearly broke it trying to start it. You can even open up the engine covers and gawk in at the engines. Everything's modelled on it. It's done really, really well, lads. So the feature list, highly optimized 3D model, both inside and out. The interior model is based on 3D scanning, right? So they have it down to the exact, do you know? Fully modeled fuselage and cabin, ultra high resolution textures, distinct exterior models for the OV-10A and the OV-10B. That's the sponson glass dome there at the back. And it also has 12 liveries, including the famous ones like Cal Fire, the US Air Force, the US Marines, the Luftwaffe, and so on. Has a custom sound package, flight model developed with real pilots, animated cockpit, accurate representation of the Garrett TPE 331 engines with a custom condition lever power lever with full implementation. There's a ton of features here. It is very, very, very good, including a comprehensive flight manual that you can learn all about it. So it also introduces sophisticated weaponry, featuring optional guns that can be enabled via the weapons manager, available for installations from the marketplace, or not available from the marketplace version due to store policy restrictions. So outside the marketplace, soon that'll be coming on Orbx and Sim Market. They're going to have weapons available from the start. So if you buy the gadget from the marketplace, well, Azure Poly will have you have the weapons manager available to pick up. Pretty cool, right? Anyway, the great news is it's available in the marketplace, priced at $28.99 US. And as I said, lads, it's very, very good. A fun airplane to fly, says Hammer Nails. Yeah. And the visible tire pressure. You can adjust the pressure of the tires and you'll actually see the walls expand and the tire pressure. You'll see the tire kind of drop. It's mad looking. They've done a great job. Super work. Now, moving on, another aircraft we're checking out tonight. Well, this one is from Rara-Avis Sims. They released the Horton Ho 229. This is a fascinating aircraft. So, they released an intriguing new aircraft for the sim that takes us back to the most revolutionary designs from the Second World War. And this one features the Horton Ho 229. It was one of the earliest examples of a flying wing, and it's often cited as the precursor to modern stealth aircraft. Developed by German brothers Reimar and Walter Horten, the aircraft was designed to be fast and hard to detect on radar, featuring a unique all-wing structure without a distinct fuselage or tail. Although it never went past the prototype stage due to the end of the war, the Ho 229 has remained a subject of fascination due to its innovative design and technological advancements. It is uncannily similar to that of a B-2 Spirit. Mad, right? Rara-Avis Sims have now brought this fascinating aircraft to the sim in what appears to be a very comprehensive and detailed package. The add-on features an authentically aged cockpit with wear and tear that reflects the aircraft's historical context, advanced systems including oxygen, working circuit breakers, and detailed engine menus for the historic Junkers Jumo 004 engines, which are the world's first production turbojet engines. Engine heat glow effects, custom engine smoke, toggable engine flames, and a visceral touch to the experience. And VR compatible is there. You can pick up this aircraft now. It's about $20 over on Inibills. And again, this is an aircraft we're going to take for a quick jaunt tonight to see what it's all about. It's quite a unique aircraft. Now, whether or not, you know, these are like way out left field sort of aircraft, right? If you're into, like, you know, the vintage or historical aircraft or even the military ones, you're going to be straight. Your eyes are going to go, ooh, that's nice, right? Because your eyes can do that. They actually say, ooh, that, right? But the idea also, if you're looking for just a fun aircraft, do you know what I mean? And this thing in VR is splendid, right? So we'll have a look at this now a little bit later on as well. We also have an update from Just Flight. They've shared new development updates on the RJ Professional. This is similar to the BAE. After BAE kind of finished up with it, it became, well, the Avro RJ. They continue to push the boundaries with its eagerly awaited RJ Professional for Microsoft Flight Sim. Following the successful update of the 146 Professional version 2, the development focus has shifted back to the RJ, promising to elevate the regional jet simulation experience to new heights in the sim. Just Flight's RJ Professional is the next evolution in the regional jet family, and The team have been hard at work enhancing every aspect of the aircraft to meet the high expectations of the flight sim community. This week, they returned with the first development update of the year dedicated to this project, which sheds light on significant advancements made in recent months. The focus had been predominantly on behind-the-scenes coding, which, while not visually spectacular, it is crucial for the sophisticated functioning of the aircraft within the simulator. It does look very nice. Now, you might just say, Murph, it's another 146. Well, a major highlight from the update is the integration of the passenger cabin from the 146 into the RJ. This not only retains the beloved features, but also includes adjustments to reflect the nuances between actual aircraft models, such as modifications to the forward vestibule attendant panel, and these subtle yet impactful changes are part of Just Flight's commitment. The Just Flight is also integrating advanced features that are well received in the 146, automatic cabin crew, boarding simulations, failures, state saving, and so on. Enhancements also being made to the systems, particularly that of the pressurization and FADEC, and they're being developed from the ground up to provide better fuel economy, increased reliability and performance. They're also focused on integrating the GNL-U, the FMS, with the aircraft's autopilot. That should be interesting. The update also touches on the acoustic aspect, where the highly acclaimed sound set from the 146 will be adapted and expanded to include RJ-specific sounds. We've seen some of the development videos from Just Flight before. Their sound capture or the sound system, they're incredible when it comes to the sounds. Really, really good. Hey, Flipper Ally is here. Good to see you. So more focus definitely on under the hood advancements, and well, it's good to see an update coming about the RJ as well. Now, whether or not, is this aircraft going to be on your list? I mean, considering how close it is to the 146, it'll be interesting to see the differences between both aircraft. The Avro RJ, I think they had much bigger variants of the aircraft. So the 146 had the 1, 2, and 300, and I think the RJ was a little bit bigger. So it'll be interesting. Nutty Slack, good to see you. FireFly Air, welcome aboard, lads. And Flipper Ally, welcome in, lads. So City Update 6, Southwest Germany has been released for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And, well, the focus of this release, improving key settings in the picturesque state of, you'll have to excuse me German pronunciations, but I think it's Baden-Württemberg and its neighbouring regions. The update introduces virtual aviators to 7 meticulously modelled cities in the region, including Mannheim, Heidelberg, Karlsruhe, Stuttgart, Esslingen, and is it Kehl? Pronounced Kehl? As well as Strasbourg in France, a vibrant city just across the German border. We also have Friedrichshafen Airport has also been included. That's a handcrafted airport. This is a free update, by the way. So you're getting all of these cities with brand new photogrammetry, corrected, terrain and mesh. Friedrichshafen, thank you, old veteran. And we also get a brand new airport. And what's pretty cool about the airport, well, it's where they fly a lot of the blimps out of. Not to mention, this is where the Dornier is actually stored. The update introduces 7 brand new model cities, and well, as I said, it's a free update. The area, of course, known for its diverse landscapes that range from the Black Forest to the banks of the Danube and Lake Constance, is showcased in all its glory in this update. There is a little video, we're going to show it, because it looks very, very pretty. And as I said, we're going to be checking this one out a little bit later on. And certainly, I think the cities that have been included with the new photogrammetry, well, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Do you know what I mean? Murphy speaking German better than get up the yard. See, we're learning. I don't know what we're learning, but we're learning it. Right, bit of music, maestro. That'll work. looks very pretty, doesn't it? Yes, Murph, looks very pretty. So a free update, it's now available in your marketplace, and it is the Cities Pack 6, or City Update 6, featuring that of Southwest Germany. And of course, we also get a brand new airport there, and it's actually home, or closely linked to the pioneering airship manufacturer Zeppelin. So we're going to be checking that one out there as well, right? So great news, and it's a free update, so thank you, Microsoft, on the Sobo. Great work, and brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Now, another thing we're showing off tonight, we're showing it all tonight. No, we're not. But Aerosoft and LimeSim, well, they've released Lukla Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, Lukla was part of the handcrafted airports and was always fairly okay. I mean, it was nice. Legend has it Colonel Fork is still stuck there along with Keen Lafford in the ground. But anyway, Aerosoft and developer LimeSim have released a new airport series for the sim, and it promises to be designed with the most audacious pilots in mind. The Him, right? The Him is going to be flying here. Aerosoft's Mount Everest Airports is the name of the series, and it kicks off with the iconic Lukla Airport, the legendary gateway to Mount Everest, and arguably one of the world's most challenging and renowned airports, right next to Burr. The airport is unique in the world of aviation for its sheer extremity. While there are many airports situated at higher elevations with shorter runways, or even with more severe upward slopes, but Lukla stands out for embodying all of these extreme factors into one location. Mad, right? So, as I said, we're going to check out the scenery now this evening, and to see if it's any good, because if you already have the Microsoft version of the airport, well, why do you want to invest in more? Well, the good news is it's priced fairly well. I mean, it's 10 euro, which isn't bad, but you want to figure out, well, is it going to be worth it? Let's look at the features. Well, detailed 3D terrain model of the airport with high-resolution photorealistic textures, newly constructed helipad with terminal building, epic fool, newly constructed terminal extension with interiors, recently erected Tanzig Hillary statue and gardens right next to the runway with a plaque for Keen and Colonel Fork. Lots of animated people, animals, and creak along the runway. Animated ground service, ATV, realistic night lighting, and various typical sounds, and it has a detailed manual. Again, we have a little video here, and we'll show this now. We'll play a different... No, we need something a bit kind of mad. Oh, hang on, I've just the ticket. Hang on a second now. Jesus. Here's a new song I got just for tonight. Are you ready now? I'll play this one. I mean, we can see the landing challenges already, can't we? Now, I think what's brilliant in the trailer, apart from the lads doing... oh, look, that was me earlier on doing sit-ups. They have cats, and they have a dog shouting at a cockerel. Ah, brilliant! Right, do you know? But anyway, we're going to be checking out this airport later on. And if you buy it, yes, you do need to remove the Microsoft version out of your community folder, out of your content manager. You need to lift it up out of there. But anyway, you can pick it up from Aerosoft. Priced just around €10, and it is the first release in a series dedicated to the region around Mount Everest. Of course, designed and created by the Irish. But that's what it is, do you know? Couldn't have been you. They did more than one.
You know that.
Jeez, this old veteran. That was harsh, do you know? But anyway, where are we at? Kehl Lamford is here. Good to see you. Robbie is in the house. Welcome in, Robbie. Now, let me see. Murph 220. Murph Vella, good to see you. He says, I don't think there's ever been a dash in there. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Did you like the tunage? I like the tunage. That's my new song. Yes, but anyway, moving on. This now. Jesus, we've more scenery. What? Brilliant. Scenery simulator. NZA or NZA, depending on your persuasion. These lads make some of the best sceneries in the sim. Full stop. Period. End of conversation. Right? Anyway, they're back. They're back at it again. And this new one, Turanga, or... Yeah, I got it right the first time. Turanga region. Brilliant. I can speak New Zealand. It includes a detailed rendition of the airport, serving the city of Turanga in the North Island of New Zealand. The airport has been faithfully recreated by NZA Simulations and features high-quality modelling and textures. It's packed with details, such as ATC Tower interior, a fully recreated terminal interior with passengers, signage and benches, down to the fully stocked selection of foods at the airport lounge. The airport's hangars appear immersive and similarly detailed with static aircraft and ground equipment. The team has gone far beyond just modelling the airport and the region. As the name of the add-on implies, it covers areas beyond the airport and the city. They recreated multiple airstrips and destinations in this package, including the Waihi Beach Aerodrome, the Mokiti Island, and the Taronga Hospital Heliport. I mean, if there's points for giving away for getting things right, you're still wrecked from Monday night. Gibbo is here. Good to see you. How's she cutting, man? Gibbo, check out the pronunciation. On fire tonight. German, Kiwi. Right, brilliant. Beyond these locations, you can enjoy and discover the picturesque city and landscape, including custom points of interest. This airport available now, $18.99, and you can pick it up on Orbx as well. I have to show you this video, and it's not a night of just showing you the videos, and I sit back here, fixing me hair, although I do need to, but you have to see this because these guys make incredible sceneries, absolutely gorgeous. I need new music for this one now as well. Jesus. This one might work. This one will work. Right. Cue this, please. You ready there, maestro? And play. Now, when it comes to NZA and their trailers, which are absolutely incredible, by the way, You can see all the... Oh, Jesus, turn down the music, bro. If we get in trouble, we'll be copywritten stricken. But anyway, you can see from it, it's a highly detailed airport, right? But what they do on their trailers, towards the end, if you let it play on a little bit, lads, right? It's pronounced scone. Yeah, not scone. It's not scone, hummingbird. It's scone, right? Anyway, potato. Who says potato? I need to play this thing because you need to see what they're working on after they've done this one, right? Hang on, Jesus Murph, have you more buttons in? I do, lads. I have buttons in here. Look, what does this one do? Ooh, no, that's me. That's my one. Big Aegis. Hang on now. George, I know it'll work here. Check out this. This is like a hidden trailer. Tianu Manipuri region coming soon from NZ Simulations, or NZA. Did you see the state of it, lads? Look at the cut of it. I thought it was a trailer for the next rendition of The Sim, right? It looks incredible. So not only have they just released Taranga region, look at the state of this. Tianu Manipuri, like a region. And we only flew in Tianu not so long ago. Exciting stuff coming out of NZ Simulations. This is all part of their Pro line. How was your father? The Pro line stuff. Isn't it brilliant? Absolutely excellent. Anyway, I have the scenery of Taranga. We'll definitely be going flying there soon, probably the weekend, just to show it off. If not, we'll definitely feature it next week. It has three airports and one heliport is included in the first bit we showed you, which is pretty cool. And for the price, 19 quid, you're getting 3 airports and 1 heliport. I think that's very good value, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? So great work from NZA Simulations. Now, let's stay with scenery because we never cover scenery. MK Studios, they've released LaGuardia Airport for Microsoft Flight Sim, and a highly anticipated rendition of LaGuardia Airport, Kilo Lima Golf Alpha, bringing to Microsoft Flight Sim one of the most crucial hubs in the United States. Now, we already had did we have LaGuardia in there already, or is that more like the executive? I can't remember. Anyway, it's not just a gateway for millions of travellers, but it's also a vital piece of aviation infrastructure, serving as a hub for the likes of Delta and American Airlines. MK Studios' version of LaGuardia promises to be the best rendition of the airport yet in the sim. It includes a meticulously detailed terminal interior that provides realistic feel as users navigate through the gates, and updated construction and ground layouts reflect the latest changes and developments at the airport. The scenery also boasts handcrafted 3D models of buildings, jetways and various airport facilities, and textures are based on custom 30cm per pixel satellite imagery. Elevation data is derived from high-quality LiDAR scans. These features should accurately portray the runway and apron profiles. So you can pick it up now. They just released it. There is another video. I'm showing all the videos. It's 17 quid. $17 for this airport, right? We'll have to have a quick look at it. It'd be rude not to look at the state of it, though. Do you know what I mean? LaGuardia, like, iconic airport. And if you don't fancy your chances in JFK or that, do you know what I mean? Or even Newark. So yeah, look, MK Studios. I mean, these guys brought us Dublin, Shannon, amongst other airports. This one definitely up there in terms of, you know, they're flexing and they're getting better. MK Studios are a developer who seem to get better and better with each release. So this was certainly no easy undertaking. So it's released now in the sim. As I said, you can pick it up via Contrail or Sim Market for about $17. Now, Orbx, well, they've released Papua New Guinea Highland bus trips, the second pack for the sim. So they've officially released the second installment of its Papua New Guinea Highland bus trips for the sim, and the new pack follows along with the first entry released last year. It adds 7 new bespoke airports or airstrips to the rugged terrains of Papua New Guinea. Pack 2 of the pack pack 2 of the pack, takes the advantage or the adventure to new heights, quite literally, with airstrips ranging from the lofty Tep Tep airstrip, sitting at over 7,000 feet above sea level, to the coastal strip of Guhu, or Golf Uniform Hotel Uniform, which lies at an elevation of about 3,000 feet. For bush pilots looking for a challenge, Orbx's PNG Highlands Bush Trip Pack 2 offers the perfect blend of difficulty and beauty. With an appropriate aircraft like the PC Porter or even the Kodiak, simmers can undertake a breathtaking journey from Manga, Jesus, to Guhu, touching down on all 7 new airstrips. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Think there's a new Oslo release today or tomorrow. Correct, Commander Freezer. Great to see you. Kino, good to see you. Speaking of which, Orbx just updated their own rendition of Oslo as well. So this new scenery pack, they're committed to high level of detail and realism in the expansion, and it has over 100 unique models, all with PBR textures that incorporate advanced weathering techniques to reflect the natural rugged environment of Papua New Guinea. Looks pretty cool, right? Also, all the surrounding villages have been revamped with more realistic building models, replacing the default autogen structures to better represent the local architecture. You can pick up this pack now. It's available over on Orbx, and it's priced in and around $12 US. So if you like your bush flying, where was Candu when you need him? The last 2 trailers, he'd be all over. Do you know what I mean? You can fly along with Missionary Bush Pilot. Bill Barrett, good to see you. Absolutely. Go onto YouTube, type in Missionary Bush Pilot. Some incredible, he flies the Grand Caravan, I think. Some incredible videos, this guy flying around. Do you know? Nutty Slack says, a quid comes from quid pro quo, which means this for that, I think. Probably. A quid, we say it here, but it's a very English thing. Couple of quid, know what I mean? But yes, those who say scones instead of scones. Oh, he flies the Kodiak. Right, gotcha. Did he always fly the Kodiak? If your bush is flying in the wind, it's Jesus, Hemingway. Brilliant. But anyway, moving on abruptly. This is potentially huge news, this one. Hi-Fi's Active Sky Weather add-on finally coming to Microsoft Flight Sim. Wait, pull up the handbrake. What? So Hi-Fi Technology, these guys, the creators of Active Sky, effectively it's its own weather engine. It not necessarily draws art for the weather, as in it doesn't have its own textures or any of that jazz, but it does inject the data in which then the sim can start populating all the areas. I'm unsure of the features. I've reached out to them to say, hey, give us an old go of this. I mean, we have the Rex weather engine, we have X Enviro. Where is Active Sky going to live in this world? Well, let's have a look at some of the features, right? Active Sky, by the way, Active Sky became very popular because it was able to kind of drag the older weather engines on FSX and P3D literally by the heels, drag it and bring it into a more modern kind of solution when it comes to weather, right? So for the newest simmers that came into the hobby, Active Sky probably doesn't mean a whole lot, but for those who've been flying simulators for quite some time, I'm sure you've heard the name before. So they first made their intentions about bringing this into the sim back in 2020. And they kind of said, we want to do it, but we have to wait for the SDK to get there. Then over the last kind of 4 years, it's been fairly quiet. 1 or 2 stories saying, yeah, we're still working on it. And then it was kind of, quiet. Damien Clark, spearhead of Hi-Fi Technologies, who shared insights, was basically saying, listen, there was limitations in the SDK. Then he had his own real-life issues to deal with as well. But now, out of friggin' nowhere, yeah, we're about to release it. Days or weeks away. What? So you might say, right, what's he talking about? Active Sky will, as one of many features, allow you to have historical weather. There was a storm last Tuesday night. Jesus, I wasn't around. Well, you can inject that now into your sim, right? And their data goes way back, right? Anyway, let's talk about what it has. It uses a new approach combining several methods for weather data retrieval and manipulation, ensuring deep integration with Microsoft Flight Sim without relying entirely on the native weather engine. The tool offers an array of weather depiction modes, including presets and passive modes which cater to different user needs for realism and control, and the mode also allow for precise manipulation of weather elements such as wind, cloud, layers, rain, and so on and such. One of Active Sky's standout features is the ability to offer both real-time and historical weather conditions, is facilitated through an extensive database of weather archives, providing users with the ability to fly in past weather conditions as recorded globally. It also has advanced and enhanced atmospheric effects, including customizable air turbulence, such as clean air turbulence, updrafts, downdrafts, and that enhances the realism of flight dynamics within the sim. The feature dynamically adjusts weather conditions during a flight according to historical data, providing a highly realistic and challenging environment for sim enthusiasts. And it's also going to work with third-party add-ons, most notably SimBrief and PMDG. This could open the door to having weather radars actively work on some of our aircraft, lads. It's huge, right? So Active Sky certainly raises expectations, but how is it going to work? We do know that there are well-known API limitations with the sim, and even Microsoft, well, they wanted to restrict the potential of third-party companies accessing their weather API. Hi-Fi Technologies plans to ensure that this will be compatible with future versions of the sim, which of course includes Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, but the team will have to evaluate that implementation once the new version of the sim becomes available later this year. Active Sky is now in the final testing stages. It is expected to be launched within days or weeks, and until then we have to stay tuned. But as I said, like, turbulence is a thing with this. Turbulence, right? And this could be just either brilliant or utterly crap. It'll be one or the other. I don't think it'll be all right. It'll either be brilliant or crap. That's what I think. I've used Active Sky before. I had it in FSX. Did they have it in X-Plane as well? I've used it before. It's a great bit of software. Doesn't use up any performance or any of that jazz. It's literally just listening out to its own server to say, hey, this is the weather. And then it kind of grabs the sim by the scruff of the neck and say, do the following, right? But until we actually have it in our hands and see what it can do, and then compare it to what Rex can do, what X-Enviro can do, well, it's only until we do that, it's hard to kind of get too excited. But you can still get a little bit excited. You know, on the excitement scale, 7 3/4 level, right? Because it's turbulence. That's going to be absolutely brilliant. And historical weather is going to be fun as well. I know when X-Enviro came out, their historical weather was limited to when the platform went live in Microsoft Flight Sim. Which, when you think about it, there's more than 2 years full of historical weather data on X-Enviro, right? Which is pretty cool. So let's see what happens there. Now, jumping on over to X-Plane, huge news this week from Tolus. Tolus are behind some of the best add-ons in X-Plane when it comes to the Airbus family, and they've just announced that their next project is going to be an Airbus A330X. Ooh. After confirming the Airbus A350 earlier this year, and they're working in partnership with Flight Factor, alluding to the next aircraft development, and Tolus have now confirmed that the development of the Airbus A330X is now underway. Through a Facebook post on the Tolus community and news group, they announced that Tolus will be working on an Airbus A330, but the variant is still yet to be disclosed. Although X-Plane 12 has Laminar Research's native Airbus A330 CEO already, which is actually very good. The photos in the announcement video used to tease the development are all A330 CEO variants, which may suggest the subtype, but messaging on the post specifically states the variant is to be announced. The post also mentioned that the release will be compatible with X-Plane 12. It'll also support X-Plane 11 backwards compatibility. Release date, of course, not disclosed, but following Tolus tradition, there may be a link between release date and the aircraft type. Historically, we've seen the most recent release, the A320neo, released on the 20th of March, written in the month, day, year format, meaning 320. The A340 was released on October 25th, exactly 30 years since the first flight. So, yeah, anyone, do the lotto numbers while you're at it. Do you know what I mean? So let's see what happens there. But Airbus lovers, there's another A330 on the way, and it's coming from Tolus. So that should bring a fairly high standard with it. Now, we'll jump over here to Heli Simmer, and a big shout out to Sergio Costa. And Sergio has brought us this story from X-Rotors. They've released version 5 of the AW139 for X-Plane 11. Now, the AW139, that's the Bell Augusta, or the Augusta Bell AW139. They're all owned by Leonardo now, I think. It's a superb helicopter. And I had version 4 on X-Plane 11. It was one of the first choppers I really kind of sank my teeth into. I learned how to fly choppers with that thing because, well, the Air Corps fly them. And I was like, what was that? I was like, yeah, I want to do that. I want to learn how to fly the thing. So version 5 has been announced, and they're saying it's going to be an overhaul over their primary product. Now, here's the thing, right? They're building this for X-Plane 11. They will build one for X-Plane 12, but we don't have any details on that just yet. This version took X-Rotors 2.5 years to develop. And X-Rotors, as a developer, they have a bit of a rickety story behind them, their history of getting onto the market and all this sort of jazz. If you like drama, read up on it. If you don't care, don't care. All I know is version 4 of the AW139, I thought it was a great chopper. If you look back on my YouTube stuff, some of the oldest videos I have, I was flying this thing around the shop, and it's done really, really well. So let me see, find the X-Rotors version 5 on the official website. Let's click into the website. Let's have a look. And yeah, it's $40. I wonder, do you get like a free update? But you can see it here. Like, it's a stunning helicopter, lads. Chopper pilots, like the AW139. The 109 is probably more popular, but the 139 is an absolute workhorse. Do you know? Commander Freezer says, Murph, out of curiosity, you claim to be two-tone Murphy. I'm assuming the voice here is your first tone. What's the second? Pretty good. No, it's to do with sunburn, Commander Freezer. I got sunburned years... Well, I always get sunburned. I'm getting sunburned now thinking about the sun. But I got sunburned years ago. Back in the days, I used to play toy soldiers. And we went swimming that night after, you know, manoeuvres, as they were called. And the Cork lads were like, Jesus Murphy, you look like the Cork mascot, huh? You're very two-tone. And what they meant by that was, my arms here were as red could be, and wherever I had cover was white, as I'm very pale and pasty. I'm an inside dweller, do you know? And yeah, that's two-tone. And the name stuck. You ever notice you don't get to choose your nickname? I'd have, like, I wanted to be Maverick, you know, or like, something like that, right? But no, you get a nickname that kind of works, you know? But anyway, good news here anyway for X-Plane 11 pilots and those on X-Plane 12 looking for new choppers. Well, we eagerly await some news. But a big shout out again to Sergio Costa for releasing that story. Now, you might have caught this last week. Pimax, the developers and manufacturers of some of the best VR equipment in the industry, well, they revealed 2 new high-end VR headsets at its annual Frontier keynote. Now, here's something, right? The first is the Crystal Super, a new ultra high-end headset packing 29.5 million pixels. I know, I counted them. No, I didn't. And the world's first changeable optical engine, allowing users to swap between QLED and micro OLED panels. What? The second is the Crystal Light, which offers the same 16.6 million pixels as the Pimax Crystal does, but in a much more budget-friendly option, starting from $699 US. Adam Controls is here. Asher, how are you, Adam? How are you well? Did you get them all controlled, you divil? Here's the thing, right? If you were to go out now and buy a Pimax Crystal, I think they're like 14 or 1500 bucks. They're dear, right? They are expensive. Now, I hear they're excellent, but like, Jesus, right? However, a price point of $699 US for the same capability of that 16.6 million pixels, holy mother of J, right? Savage. So the Crystal Super, the pictures aren't loading, but you get the idea. It represents a significant leap forward from the Crystal with a total pixel count of 29.5 million. What? And you can change out the friggin' display. Like, it's nuts, right? Nuts. QLED and OLED options. The first time you can do that in a VR headset, right? Ali swears by them. Yeah. So what do we have here? Display QLED plus mini LED or micro. The resolution 3840 by 3840 pixels per eye. Like, refresh rate is like 90 hertz, but like, I don't know what's that going to do when it comes to your simming. And it'll start from $1,700 US excluding VAT, so about $2,000. And it's estimated to start shipping at the end of this year. $2,000 for the holy mother of Janie Mac, right? Or $700 for the other one. So if you look at the Lite versus the Pimax Crystal at the moment. Same resolution, all right? Same panel. The refresh rates are the same. The IPD range, manual and automatic on the Pimax Crystal, but it's manual only. IPD is like the interpolate, it's to do with the distance of your eyes, I think, isn't it? Eye tracking, 120 Hz 5 dot, or there's none in the Pimax Crystal Lite. Eye tracking, do you need it inside a VR headset? I don't believe so. We'll have to talk to VR FlightSim guy. In actual fact, check out Steve's channel, VR FlightSim guy, because as far as I know, he's had a chat about this, and he's the man to talk to, right? He's the man to talk to when it comes to the VR stuff. I'd be interested, because I don't know what some of these are, like, you know, photated rendering, couldn't tell you. Audio, integrated 3.5mm jack and 3 microphones. This has the same with 2 microphones. Okay. Chipset is different. Internal storage, none on the Crystal Lite. But if you're using it for flight sim, do you actually need internal storage? I don't think so. Power supply is a 600 battery and DP cable. The Crystal Lite, just a DP cable. Is it part of the 12K trade-in program? No. Is it compatible with the 60G Airlink? No. Doesn't matter. It's like $700. That's a lot cheaper. It's almost half the price of what they're working on, which is nuts. So anyone interested in, in VR headsets, fantastic news. The Crystal Super is going to be, look at this, the QLED and the micro OLED. You can buy the bundle, or you can buy a bundle for like $2,300. Starting from $699 for the Crystal Lite with mini LED and local dimming is about $900. And then you have the Crystal with the 60G Airlink. Dear, I'll buy 3 of them. Buy me 3 as well, will you? Just so we can, Who there right mind would? Well, here's the thing, right? If you're looking at, and this is the thing for flight simmers, we are a very unique kind of brand or group of people. We would easily, over an extended period of time, between our hardware or panels or, the home cockpit stuff, not to mention our computers, we spend a lot of money considering Gamers would buy the latest and greatest console, or, if they get a high-end machine, it should last them a couple of years. Levels of optimization, a fortnight, or roadblocks, or all this sort of jazz, right? However, if you consider the price of this, and you have people who want to buy, the full-scale panels to build a home cockpit, well, there are huge advantages. It can be incredibly immersive. You have the switches there, you have that texture in your hand, you can do all of that stuff. However, if you buy a VR headset, well, your brain thinks you have that in any aircraft. If you've never tried virtual reality in a flight sim, I promise you, you are missing out. It changes your entire perspective on flight simulation. And funny enough, depending on the aircraft, it will improve your flying because you have way more spatial recognition of the horizon and where things are. It's unbelievable. Now, that doesn't withstand people can get motion sickness and, right? There's ways to combat that. You kind of have to train your brain, cold air temperature, keep a fan on you if you can, have a drink close but not too close by. And then, I'm going to fly for 10 minutes. And if you start feeling queasy, right, off. Then come back to it. Fly for 10 minutes, off. Okay, the next day, try 15 minutes. You genuinely have to train yourself into it. And if you're keep the discipline up about a week or so, that's it. You're never coming back out of it. Do you ever see The Lawnmower Man? You're never coming out of VR again. Do you know what I mean? VR doesn't make me motion sick. Tight car turns do. There you go. Takeoffs always rumble my stomach. GNAC, 100%. VR and heli, best crack. Really is. It really, really is. The Tobii eye tracker, that is, in my opinion, the greatest compromise between head tracking and VR, because, you don't need wires. You're completely wireless. However, it gives you a good idea of what you can expect inside a VR environment in the sim. You sit into an aircraft in the sim in VR, you're in the thing, right? Go out to the garage, put some friggin' Castrol on your hands, bit of sawdust in your hair. You're in the plane. You're in it. That's it. You're in the thing, Trey Juicy, I played a little VR dogfight game and nearly fell out of my chair. This is the thing, right? This is the thing. So, look, for a lot of us, this is cost prohibitive. This is very expensive. But again, you're buying the best. You are going to buy the best. And maybe it's something you put on your list, you add to it. You know what I'm saying? I've historically, I've never really done hardware reviews. I'd be no good inside of, like, look, I break things with full spatial recognition. Like, I can see everything around me. I still bash myself. Could you imagine the cut of me in one of these? I have a VR headset. It's the old Rift S. Ah, Jesus. It's like Minecraft in comparison to this thing. Do you know what I mean? But I'm very interested on this, and I will have a gawk at at what these guys are going to offer over in Vegas in terms of, because they always have a stand at FlightSim Expo, right? But there's one thing I will draw your attention to. It says flexible payment options. Well, that's interesting. So let's wait and see. But I thought it was good news. Anyway, if you didn't want to go that road, and well, I have to say, Gibbo covered this years ago. Years ago, turn your webcam or smartphone into a head and eye tracker for Microsoft FlightSim. Well, there's a new company behind this sort of technology, right? In the quest for the ultimate realism and immersion in FlightSim, simmers are continually seeking ways to enhance their setup. Among the various hardware equipment available, positioned between typical 2D experiences with a monitor and the more immersive VR, well, head trackers often serve as an excellent middle ground or go-between. Track IR long been a stable in this area, but other brands such as Tobii Eye Tracker have entered the market with their own solutions. Well, today there's another one, and it's called Beam Eye Tracker, which aims to emulate the best head tracker or the best head and eye trackers with a different implementation. You can use a webcam, or you can use, your iPhone. It's designed to closely mirror the capabilities of Track IR and Tobii. Now, you might be saying, huh? This is designed to be an affordable alternative, and your mileage may vary depending on the hardware you're using. If you're using like an 8 megapixel camera phone as opposed to like a 14 megapixel camera phone, that's where the thing is going to start getting a little bit confused. Or if you're using the old cheap Logitech camera, you might as well be, sneezing into a gale force wind. Captain Gaming is here. It's good to see you, man. I have an obsolete Pimax and it's still great. Sterling says, Jesus, I love VR, but I wouldn't use it when watching a stream because you miss all the crack and chat. Muse fan, funny you should mention that, because there's two things being addressed when it comes to listening or typing or speaking to a chat, right? Anyway, that's news for another day. But anyway, comparing to Tobii, who also specialise in eye tracking but requires the hardware, Beam's flexibility is using both webcams and smartphones, particularly iPhones, with their advanced 3D scanning capabilities. One of the features is flexibility. You can use any webcam within reach, or even better, an iPhone with Face ID, which has the advantage of capitalising on the device's 3D scanning capabilities. Setting up the tracker is straightforward, although the software capabilities extend beyond gaming. For Microsoft FlightSim users, you just have to download the app via Steam or the official website, install it, advance through a quick setup, and then install OpenTrack, which is needed to establish the connection between the Beam Eye tracker and the simulator. So, MSFS addons Vasco has been testing the Beam Eye tracker for a couple of weeks with both a webcam, a Logitech C920, and an iPhone XS. The experience is largely similar between both devices. So, the iPhone 3D scanner does offer a little bit more precision, but crucially he found it more beneficial to tinker with the sensitivity settings. For context, he typically uses Track IR5, so very accustomed to the tracking capabilities. The Beam Eye tracker was not as smooth, accurate, or responsive, but it wasn't too far off. So here you have, as I said, an affordable option. It's available through the official website or Steam, priced at $29.99 for unlimited access, or you can pick it up for $4.99 a month. Even if you just wanted to try it to see if you have a phone or an L webcam, and you weren't in a position to get Tobii or Track IR, but maybe this is the initial try of head tracking or eye tracking technology, because it makes such a difference. Like, I use my Tobii eye tracker all the time. All of the time. On the streams a little bit, but when I'm flying myself, I'm constantly on it, because you need that. Otherwise you're moving buttons or you're moving the mouse, and it breaks the immersion. If you've got to reach for a mouse to get a different view, it breaks immersion. You can turn your head, you're in the plane. Do you know? Now, quick look here on our stats console for FireFly Air, right? Jesus, how are we going for time? We need to go quick. Quick one here, right? We are approaching our next target of 2.5 million XP, right? Every time you guys fly on FireFly Air, well, we log XP and the airline then progresses. Once we hit our target, we open a new hub. The new hub comes with its own company routes and missions and ad hoc duties, and well, the lads staff up a whole load of content for us to go off and explore a new region in the sim, right? And then you generate more XP and so on and so forth, right? The lovely Kaharia has rambled in. Hello, Kaharia, how are you? Did I forget something? I did. Jesus, I forgot something. Hang on there now. I'll unforget that. Super tie. There is a new Ford tri-motor on the way. Where is the link? Bejani then. Because I was actually talking to the developer the other day. Hang on now, lads. We need to find this. This is important. I don't see it. Is it on F is Elite? Hang on now. Hang on now. Are you there, Shadden? Jesus, where is it? Hey, Dakey's here. Good to see you. Latest in aircraft. Got to be in here somewhere. Here it is. Toucan Flight Sim. Good man yourself. There is another Ford tri-motor on the way, and this one looks incredible, right? It looks incredible. So Toucan Flight Sim gearing up to make their debut release for the sim with the Ford tri-motor. The developer has been working on the aircraft since early 2021. Must have got a serious kick in the arse when, you know, the tri-motor came out as part of the the other version of the sim. But anyway, the Tin Goose, it first flew in 1926. And interestingly, Toucan Flight Sim's tri-motor doesn't mark the first of the type to make its way into the sim after Microsoft released their tri-motor last year. However, there are notable differences. This tri-motor features the 5AT variant with the more powerful 420 horsepower Pratt & Whitney Wasp engine. Right? Look at some of the pictures. I've no video. Look at some of the pictures. Look at the textures on this, lads. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, the Ford tri-motor, it may not be everyone's cup of tea, but like, we were only chatting about this the other day. People saying, I'd love to do some of the historic mail routes and stuff. So that's what this thing did, do you know? And I remember Fabio actually flew one of these. The Flying Fabio flew one of these tri-motors. He had a video on it. And the control yoke, it's a steering wheel. But I'm sure we can all see from the textures in these screenshots, it looks beautiful. I mean, it really, really does look stunning. Great attention to detail. And as I said, I've spoken to the developer. When it's getting closer to be kind of ready for a live demonstration, if you like, well then, you know, fingers crossed, we'll get a look at it. But look at this steering column. To be honest, Sterling, I was never mad on the Asobo tri-motor. There's something about it. It's I don't know. It's just not great. Do you know what I mean? It's just not great. You're not going to complain. It was free, but it's just not great. It's an aircraft I just don't fly. I'm not drawn to it, and it's kind of because it does seem a little bit hollow. It's too slow. It doesn't have features. You're not in charge of it. You know what I mean? And even the same has to go for the Junkers Ju-52. It's very interesting and it's fun to hop in and mess around with it. But the joys of flying it, or the challenge of flying it, it's kind of limited. So I'm hoping this thing has, you know, a much stronger heartbeat, if that makes sense, when it comes to an add-on. And we can see by the screenshots, it looks gorgeous. Now, absolutely not going to be everyone's cup of tea, because, well, these vintage aircraft, well, they're not going to be. But I think for a lot of us, you know, who like general aviation, who like the vintage stuff, well, this looks stunning. Different cockpit and different cabin layouts, right? A highly detailed exterior inspired on multiple versions for a faithful representation of the historical aircraft. Clean, optimized geometry to increase detail based on visibility. Great for VR. Authentic cockpit with period instruments. Aged texturing, PBR materials. Careful placement of rivet decal strips. Classic radio for communication and navigation, fully animated and interactive cockpit instruments, fully rigged cables and elastic bands for perfect deformation when aligned, and interior lighting includes independent instrument lights with red and white lighting. So we've no release date yet, but soon, I would say soon. It is gorgeous. Visually, this thing is stunning, and I'm drawn to this quicker than I was the Asobo one. There's something about this one. I'm hoping it's really good. So let's see what happens. But Super Ty, thanks for reminding me there. So yeah, so our stats console lads over on FireFly Air. So we're getting very close to a new hub, and details will be released in the coming weeks. Now we can see the quick look on the leaderboards. In the Sean Premiership, we have Viper Strike way out in front. Some say he's still flying. Sean Dale in second with Paparazzi third, MDA fourth, and Restoring 226 in fifth place with 6 knots coming in behind. League 1 sees Soaring AJ, See You Later, Scorpio, Dakey Decimus and Filthy, and Gibbo's just behind him, along with Toto and the Limbics, and we've Kingsman in there as well. League 2, Reckless Ray, Kim Sneed, Nighthawk, Musefan and Rambog rambling up. Then we have League 3, Sterling Moss, The Lovely Kaharia, Murray, Canoe Head, Blue Knight, with Zard very close behind. And then League 4, The Road to Glory, Hot Pants on Fire, brilliant. Obslinks, Crusher, Francis, and, well, Jesus, there's a Wild Murphy in there with Drew Zeus just behind me. So it's great to see the leagues, and a big shout out to the FireFly Air admin team. 6 Knots and Rambog doing great work here with the league tables. And as I said, thanks to all you guys for keep flying the colours of FireFly Air, and hopefully more features coming very, very soon. Now, my last bit of news, of course, this Saturday we'll see Cross the Pond on VATSIM, westbound. There's a whole load of them going to fly from this side of the world to that side of the world. If you were lucky enough to get a slot, there's about 1,000 pilots flying this. And Dublin, I think, has a departure airport? Yeah, Dublin has a departure airport. 200 controllers, 50 routes, and 12 hours of ATC coverage. And this thing is going to be streamed like you wouldn't know what. However, if you're currently on our IFR course and you haven't got a slot, I highly, highly recommend jump on, connect as an observer, and it'll give you a great idea of just how busy this is going to be. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Do you know what I mean? So a whoopee cushion. Well said, old veteran, right? But brilliant, right? Absolutely brilliant. So that's going to be taking place on Saturday, across the pond. So interesting. Right, into this gadget. Here we are with the Dornier Do 31. You might say, Murphy, are you for real? Oh, we're for real here, lads, right? We are for real. So there was only 3 of these aircraft built, would you believe it? 2 of them were built for kind of like prototypes. 1 flew normally and 1 was just a ground model. And it first flew on the 10th of February 1967, and the project was cancelled in April 1970. There was a requirement from NATO to produce aircraft that were capable of flying from unprepared or very short roads or runways in case airports were taken out of it. It was all part of the whole kind of Cold War NATO response, right? So the NATO requirement came in, and Dornier came up with this idea. They were working on other VTOL spec aircraft, but this one kind of led at the start, right? Which was interesting. So, it was motivated, as I said, by the interest expressed by the German Air Force in the acquisition of short takeoff and vertical landing aircraft, such ambitions received a further boost from the issuing of NATO specification. It was MBMR-4, which called for VTOL capable tactical support. That was the order, and then Dornier said, right, we'll do one of these. They flew this thing at the Paris Air Show in 1969, and people were like, what in the name of all is that? Never would have seen something like this before. During the late 50s and 60s, the German Air Force became increasingly concerned. In the event of major conflict in the Eastern Bloc, its airfields would be highly vulnerable to attack, preventing the use of conventional aircraft, which they would have used the Starfighter back in the day. The Germans had a lot of them. They also sparked up a new rocket-launched technology, and they called this whole thing the ZEL program. A ZEL program basically meant zero-length launch. They would put a rocket on the back of like a Starfighter, rocket launch it, get it up to cruise speed, and then off she'd go. Mad, right? But anyway, so the technology they used on this, and we'll have a closer look here now in a moment, but the power plants, you can see the massive engines here, Rolls-Royce, but also in the wingtips, we have a further 4 Rolls-Royce engines in each, right? Now, the eagle eye of you, if you look closely on this aircraft, we'll zoom in here, right? Do you see that gadget there, look? Well, they look very familiar, don't they? Yes, Murph, they do. Harrier has that. And that's all to do with pushing downward thrust. Yeah, that's what they do. So the aircraft we're looking at here, it is a historic aircraft, a very unique historic aircraft. And I have to say, visually, Builds have done a great job. Builds created this aircraft for the sim. And, well, you can see, lads, the detailing, the texturing, all that sort of jazz, well, it's done very, very nicely. No complaints there at all, right? It's pretty. Well, I say it's pretty. The texturing is pretty. The aircraft, I don't know, it's something out of a freaking James Bond movie. I mean, let's just say it how it is, right? And, you know what I mean? Well, really? Right? It's kind of mad, but, like, look at the detailing in here. Like, the wiring look. So Builds have done a great job visually with the aircraft. I think, like, there's lots of detail here. You really appreciate it. You're saying, Jesus, look at the amount of work that they've put into this thing. Do you know what I mean? It looks very, very nice. Now, the roles of this aircraft, of course, were supposed to be transport. The whole idea, these guys were supposed to be built for transport. And we do have a working ramp that's accessible. We can press the button inside in the cockpit and we can lower the ramp door. So, you know, when we look at the interior, well, sure, it's just an L cargo ramp with a bit of LOD strangeness going on. But again, in terms of the modelling, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's nice. It's pretty. Details again, like they did a lot of details here. Like look into the wheel well. Right, pretty cool. So when you go, if you notice, like you have a flap on the front of the gear, but you also have the gear doors. These open. They open, right? And then in towards where the engine is, well, you can see in from the vectors here and the thrusts. So it's not just like, yeah, it kind of looks the job. This thing absolutely looks the job, right? They've done a great job here, I think. So, well, next up, we're going to have a look at the features, the sounds, and, you know, can we actually fly the Devil? So visually, for $9 or $10, yeah, I like it so far, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to attempt to fly it. Now, straight away, when you hop into the cockpit, there is something very alarming because, well, there's sounds. And I don't know what they're off. They shouldn't be there. But anyway, we'll try and not worry about that. So can we get a bit of familiarization inside this? It's going to be difficult, but let's give it a go. So we have our main panel. And on here, we kind of have your kind of six-pack, moving across, you have all your engines, you have thrust engines, and like, you have 6 engines in the aircraft, and the thrust wingtips, they're their own set of engines. We have to power them up separately, right? And there's a way to do that. We'll show you. Annunciator panel here, that's going to be important for telling us what's going on and what's not going on. There is some stuff over here. It's all in-op. It doesn't do anything, which is a bit of a pity. But by and large, there's quite a number of click spots. A lot of buttons kind of work. The overhead is done fairly decent as well. And we've all kind of stuff here we can mess around with. Although these fellas up here don't work. These all work, or some of them. Your wing inspection lights don't seem to be modelled. So there's a nothingness there. That's unfortunate. Generators, they're all okay. Intercom, nothing works there. Speakers, they all work. What else do we have here? Navigation, looks like transponder, radio frequency, panel lighting, and all that sort of jazz as well. That's not all. Down here, you have your ignition and start main engines. They get their own little safety box, not to mess with them. Mark Burton is here. Hey, Mark, good to see you. So we have a number of switches here. This is like your autopilot flight control. And there's more stuff up here, I think. All your fuel tanks and switches and right. I know. Moving back here, look, we've another panel, and this is all to do with your electrics. Not much modelled here though. You do have your selector to show are you on battery or generators, and they're animated. None of the circuit breakers work, which is what are you going to do? They don't work. So there's a little bit of like it's hollow, kind of hollow, lads. Over this side, then again, you've number of other kind of circuit breakers. Again, nothing here works. It's just for show. What are you going to do? We do have stuff up here, and this is to do with your fuel tanks. But again, Nothing to interact with. It's just there. All right. Now, if we move down the left-hand side, so we do have stuff here. We have oxygen, we have pressure, we have our brake pressure, we have windshield wipers, which, well, they move. And then we have a little EFB look. And you have your map on the map page. Okay. But then you have the options. And this is where you can put in the nose probe and also the ramp door. So we'll close the ramp door. There's the door closing. And if you didn't want that big monstrosity out in the front, well, you can remove it, click of a button. But look at the wingspan. It's the most unusual aircraft, isn't it? Most unusual. It's like something I drew in the back of 5th class on the back of my homework journal. Do you know what I mean? What are you doing there, Murph? I'm designing a plane. Right, it's like one of those. But anyway, leave the big nose on it. How are you calling big nose? Right, leave big nose on it. And luckily, or thankfully, it does come with a checklist. And what's also important here is you need to bind a axes to throttle number 3. Otherwise, you won't be able to have vertical takeoff and landing. Now, once you load in on the aircraft, it's going to tell you, hey, you need to do this. All right. So go off and do that, and then you're back into this position. So we'll start at the beginning, shall we? And press some buttons and let's see what happens. So I have a battery switch up here. Blessed are the cheesemakers, right? Put on the generators for the crack. Lights, nav, anti-collision, formation lights on, so why not? Interior lighting. Turn them on. Ooh. What else do we have here? Panel lighting. Go ahead and turn those on. And if you bring the time of day down, you'll get an idea of what she looks like. The night lighting is decent. It's pretty. They've done a good job, lads. Yeah. It's very subtle, but, you know, functional. Functional. Bring it back up to daytime. That's the wrong button, but sure, it'll work. Right. How do you fly this thing? Well, let's find out. Let's find out. So there's buttons over here, look. Oh yeah, fuel pumps. Very like the C160. Turn them all on there now, Giuseppe. Right, grand. And next thing, we're going to go down to this little ignition start. And we're going to start the left engine first, right? Dermot Cannon, good to see you. Great channel, love Bremen's session. Oh, thank you very much. Great to see you, Dermot. Right, I think this is how you start it, lads. If I end up on the grass, we know what happened. Right. Houston, we have ignition. So we can see our RPM starting to build. Don't know what them lights do, but they look pretty. Better keep listening. There might be a bit about the blessed are the big noses. Okay. Fuel flow. We're hoping. There we go. Temperature rising, RPM coming up, pressure's rising. It's doing the thing, lads. I don't know who's in charge, but it's doing the thing. What's it like from the outside with sound? Let's have a listen. We have spinach. It's actually fairly quiet outside, isn't it? Okay, so it's fairly quiet outside. We won't worry about that too much. Back up to the overhead, make sure the gens are working, which they are. And I would say that's a decent start with the engine. So we'll turn off the ignition. And now we'll go for engine number 2. RPM is rising. Uh-oh, it turned off. Why did it turn off? Look at that, she winded back. Oh, we did a something. Right now. Don't panic. Don't panic! Interesting. What happened there, lads? So my boss starting and then I said, no, have we got fuel? Always check your fuel, Murphy. Let's put loads of fuel in. Right, we'll attempt to start this again, shall we? Turn that off and turn that off. And let's see, can we bring it up again? I killed the switches. So we've RPM on the left side. Okay. Okay, we'll try it again. Are we doing something wrong? As soon as I clicked it, it turned it off. Interesting. Jesus then, don't tell me I have to go through an actual checklist. The shame. Conventional engine start. Battery beacon. Start engine 2. Master on. Yeah, we're doing that. Engine starter is off. Oh wait, we're supposed to start engine 2 for... No, engine 1 is off. Yes. Ah, I think I know where it went wrong. I was pressing the wrong switches. Right. Why is that? RTFM? Winklegasser, what did you do? Control E. We don't have to do that. There's something not right here. Right, let's check it out, man. Let's have a look. Fuel pumps are on. We don't need crossfeeds or any of that. For some reason...
Can I get a refund?
There's no refunds. For some reason, she ain't starting. Is it to do with this gadget? Huh. There's no other switch that I can see. Nasal flaps or nacelle flaps. We could use control and E. I'm just
studies, you know. 60% of the time it works.
Every time. Let us consult the manual. Battery gens. Well, it says gens off. Hardly. So battery on, beacon, starter, master ignition, fuel, grand. Same crack with engine 2. Master on, igniter and starter on. Then we put the fuel in. Very strange. Generators then come on. Engine starter cover. Starter switch.
Something on the way.
Very strange. I wonder if it's because I started engine 1 first. Who knows? Who knows? I don't get a chance to watch too often at the moment, but rest assured Murph broke it. How are you, Hammy?
You haven't a clue what you're doing.
I wonder is there like a button breaking because I can hear it click when I shouldn't hear it click. Do you know what I mean? That's very strange. And I don't think Control E is going to work here. Now in saying that, right? Why are these engines on? Them engines shouldn't be on, look. Because they're on the wing, right? See the way like, these shouldn't be turned on yet, so there's something not adding up here. So give us a sec. Now, I don't want to turn it off and start it again, but like, do you know what I mean? Turn that back on, turn them on, and turn this on. Why aren't we getting a start? Why is that moving? Or if bottom of the fuel pump's right side, you didn't flip it. I didn't do it on the right either, or the left. Huh. They're on. But it's like the starter switch is goosed. Why isn't that turning off? There's something not right here, lads. See, these lights are off. Huh. Something not right here. Let's restart it. So, attempt number 1 on starting the mad-looking airplane has failed miserably. Let's try it again. So this is what you're met with when you first jump in. Please note. Grand. Now, Jesus, where are we? It's after moving us somewhere completely different. Let's see, can I start it up where it is here now? I really don't want to be on this side of the airfield. This just looks dangerous. But sure, listen, let's see what happens, right? What was all that sound? Right. Fear not now, lads. It'll be... Oh, Jesus. Why does my screen look so very, very different? Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Options. Yeah, we're okay. Okay, let's try it again. Are we ready, sports fans? That was the warm-up. We're going to start engine 2 first. How's that? Yep. Battery. Leave the generators off for the minute. And we'll follow the actual checklist. Conventional start, right? Battery beacon, engine start cover open. But they want us to start engine 1. Okay. So here we go. Engine 1. Spoolage. Why the pointy nose? Good question. Murph will start it for real this time. It does work. I don't know why they... Read the book. What a novel concept. Okay, engine 1 coming alive. We got to hear it the last time now, lads. And, you know... Engine 2, same crack again. N2 is above 18%. Master switch, fuel. Sorry, engine 1. Engine starter now needs to come off. Okay, engine 2. So it wants master switch on, ignition on, and starter on. There's spinach. Very strange, isn't it? Let me know if I'm doing something differently. But this is exactly what I did the last time. So it's going to say master fuel switch, which is this guy, open. Oh, there she goes now. How strange was that? Generators, maybe? Who knows? Okay, engines are coming alive now. So much spinach. Right, lads. Right, we've got starting our engines. Is that up past the... Nearly. We go 60%. There we go. We're looking good. Generators. Okay. No taxi lights, really? There's some lightage. Okay. Close the flap. They should be on, right? Right. So, I've left you in this position. All the engines are running. Now, I can use this as a conventional aircraft, i.e. I can put the brakes off, accelerate a little bit forward, and we can maneuver the divil on the ground and use it as you would a normal plane, right? But where's the crack in that? We want vertical takeoff. So to do this, lads, you need to start up the other engines. And to do that, we have buttons here. And buttons there. So this is now going to power up the wingtip engines. These mad divlines here. Right. Brilliant. So this is going to be all 6 engines running. They're very hot all of a sudden, but it's grand. RPM is getting where we need to get it to. They're now stabilising. Now let's see what happens here, right? That was 2 out of 10. Yeah, the startup sounds aren't great. Okay. Now we can see we have these thrust vector gadgets working, look. So now the question is going to be, can Murphy actually fly the gadget? Let's find out. So we're going to start putting some thrust into it. Are we ready? I mean, it looks absolutely fine, doesn't it? Oh, Jesus, there's movement. Easy now, Jemima. But the brakes do nothing. Okay. Easy now, Murphy. No, don't do that. Get down, you devil. Oh, Jesus is very happy to see us. Oh, no. Right. Whoa. Let's get the camera in a position that we can actually work with it. Yes. Roughly that. Right. Stop moving. Right, here we go, lads. It's all happening now. Easy. Easy. Go up there now, you devil. Yeah, go on. Get up. Get up. Get up. Yes. No. Yes. Yes, nearly. Don't hit the ground. Oh, we're back on the ground. It's all right. We're okay. You're all right. You're all right. We're kind of nearly there. Come on. Oh no, someone's after coming in. Don't be looking. Oh, Jesus, come back, will you? Easy. Easy. Jesus. Come on, you devil, and do. Look at this. We're flying. We're actually flying. This is brilliant. Right, hang on a second. Come back. Come back. You were great crack. Oh, Jesus, I can't keep the thing still. Ah. What a strange camera angle to be in. The rudders do nothing. They're shagged. And you... Can I get the gear up? I can get the gear in. Ah, this is brilliant. Look at the state of this. Look at the state of this. I'm actually flying the thing. Right, so from the... Right. Don't all get too excited now. Jay, where are we... Oh, Jay, put the nose down, will you? We're flying vertical. Oh God, we're in trouble. Oh Jesus, what's after happening? Ah, we're after doing it. Oh no, the nose dart. Oh, it's carnage. Oh no, it's carnage. We're now literally in the... I'll fix it. Right. Shh, it's grand. Try it again there, Giuseppe. Yup, you devil you. Right, here we are now. Oh yes. Straight away I can feel this is going better. Sorta. Right. Get up. No, up. Up, you... No, not down. Get up, you devil, you. Don't crash into that building. Right, here we go now. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. Now we're getting somewhere.
Look at
Yes.
this big Aegis.
Listen, it's fine, right? It's fine. Right, it's doing the thing. We need the speed to go faster. Oh, the humanity with the trees. We're doing better now. Easy. God almighty, you get a workout out of this. The pedals do nothing, by the way. Right, easy. Easy. Get the gear up. Now we're looking like we know what we're doing. Sorta. Get the speed up now. Go on, you devil. So I'm bringing back the angle of the nacelles. Slowly but surely. Oh, look, there's another fella who looks just like us, look. Look, there's one on the ground. Ah, brilliant. I'm breaking out, Tommy. Keep applying the devil in. But not too much.
I have, Ted. I've been drinking like a mad Egypt.
So do you see the angle of the old gadgets now, look? So I'm slowly but surely bringing them towards the back of the airplane, which I'm hoping is going to increase our forward momentum before I crash into the ground like a lawn dart. Easy. Easy. Get the speed up. Come on. You can do it. Come on now. Yes. Brilliant. Could you imagine the training the real world pilots actually had to do?
I haven't a clue what you're doing.
Listen. We're all in trouble. Oh God, we're in terrible trouble. Right. Get a bit of height there now, Murphy. Ah, brilliant. Now substitute your height for speed. Forward momentum, please. Come on, you can do it. Come on, get the speed going, will you?
They've done studies.
There's all stuff happening.
60% of the time, it works. Every time.
Can we turn here and not die, I wonder? Abnormal C, 28 months. Thank you very much indeed. Watch your speed. Watch your speed. Flaps are in. We're only doing 40 knots. Come on and drive, will you?
Yeah. We're going the wrong way.
Listen, it's grand. I've now figured out what I'm doing. Put the nose down. Speed is coming up and we're still climbing, look. Ah, jeez. I was born to fly this thing, right? 80 knots. Oh, this is hilarious. Come on now, you devil, you. Yes. 90 knots is soon fastly approaching. Yes. Right, get the thrust to the back. And then put all your throttle forward. Yes. We've done a thing. What are they doing there? Now we're laughing. Brilliant. And relax. We're flying. Look at us. We're actually doing the thing. God almighty.
This baby hits 88 miles per hour. They're gonna see some serious shit.
Is anyone else absolutely friggin' jaded now? Look at the speed. Holy crap, look at the speed. Yes. Right. How did we land? Speed brake? No speed brake. Flaps? Yes, we have flaps. Wait, are these engines still on? Oh no, they're off! Turn on quick! Turn on quick! Oh Jesus, to see the alarms on that. Right, so our wing engines are coming online again. Brilliant! Right, Murph, get the gear down now. Make it look like you have an idea of what you're doing. Yes. So we need to slow down our speed. It looks like something like Flash Gordon would fly. Right. Close your lift engines. I did. Oh God. Right, easy now. Easy now. Yes, yes, yes. Where's the airport? Right, drop us out of the sky here now. But not like a long dart. No, power coming in. Okay, so we are now descending under the control of our thrust. Thrust? Right, trust the thrust. She sells seashells. Right, here we go, look. Yes. Give it all the flap you have. You're in there. The flaps even work. No. Okay, Jesus, go handy. I don't Pause, Sim. Okay, we're doing well. It's just going to take us about oh god, it's going to take us about 6 hours to get on the ground, but it's all right, lads. You know, it's somewhere between a helicopter and a mad joke. Easy now. I'm under somewhat control, sorta. To be honest, I'd be better off flying a blimp. I mean, like, they're slower. Easy. Easy. I will say this, it's mad. But I'm kind of liking it because it's so mad and there's a challenge. Now, are you going to fly it? Yeah. Are you going to fly it much? Yeah. But it's definitely a challenge. Like, it's a very unique flight model. Very unique. And the rudder does... Oh, the rudder's working now. Yeah, you're gonna lose the airport now, Murphy, so be careful, will you? Yes. No. No. Yes. We just want to get turned around here safely. Now, we're still descending. This is great news. And it's a balancing act between, you know, axis 3 and axis 1. You know what I mean? Easy now. Easy. 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 Oh no, we're going to hit the ground like an absolute... Ah, Jesus! We bounced, but it's all right. Ah, yes. Touchdown like a glove. Well, I think it's safe to say, Lance, that this is the most weirdest and strange aircraft we've ever flown. But it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. You'd want fairly strong kind of landing gear with me around. Do you know what I mean? So the secret to this thing is don't be gentle with it. Give it full welly and then like, yep, off you go. Can we go backwards? Of course we can. In this plane, you can go anywhere. Sorta. I like the visual effects. They could be a little bit heavier though. I imagine this thing would have shot out all sorts of like anti-Greta smoke. You know what I mean? Oh, Jesus. What do you think? The Dornier Do31. An absolute mad lad for the sim. Mad. Absolutely mad. Right? So, turn it off. Because while we're here, I want to show you the airport. Friedrichshafen, or Schaven. This is a free airport that came with this update. And what's pretty cool and nice about it is, well, Zeppelin are across the far side of the runway, look. So this airport, it's you know, it's a new location to go flying in the sim. And it includes some nice kind of stuff, right? I mean, look, you have the museum here. Right? I mean, that's pretty nice, isn't it? Now you know why it was shelved. Yeah, right. This is kind of nice though, look. So we've got nice textures, nice details. And they're using plexiglass or something. There's no real 3D interior. But I think it's done quite nice. It's a huge freaking museum, isn't it? Seating area out the front, look. Makes it look all nice and fancy. And there are a number of aircraft here, static models as well. And it's like a Nimrod with propellers, look. That's mad. So yeah, it's a free airport that came out with it. Friedrichshafen? I think that's what it is. And yeah, look, there's some nice details here. Now, in terms of interiors or any of that, you don't get any. But it's still quite nice. Condor. Right? 2-door. Closed doors. Like, they've loads of stuff going on here. And so this is on the airport side of the house. As in the commercial airport side of the house. No Skodas though, right? Now, if you ramble over the far side... Oh, there's a railway there as well, look. Bring back trains. There's no trains. But there's a railway. But if you go over the far side of the fence... Or the far side of the tracks nearly, right? I think the tower has an interior as well. We'll have a quick look at that. But check out this side of the fence, right? Zeppelin. Look at the cool hangar look. And the whole kind of, you know, airship blimp launch facility. Isn't it mad? Kind of cool, right? And in here, look. There's a Zeppelin. A sign of things to come. FlightSim 2024 is going to have one of those devils for you to fly. I'm just saying, there's going to be one of those in the sim for you to fly. Now, what's interesting, of all the factory buildings they have on the far side, they have modelled the interiors, it's just there's nothing in them. They're empty. But again, there's lots of them, look. It's a huge facility, isn't it? So it's done quite well. And again, this is free. This is part of the free update with all the cities that you get. So I thought they've done a great job here. There's photogrammetry in some regions. What's the night lighting? I mean, yeah, look, it's pretty, isn't it? Look at the details over here, look. There's a hotel, well, the Ibis. Where the museum is. I mean, that looks pretty, doesn't it? Goodyear flies one, yeah. Do they fly a Zeppelin? Murph, can we see the ramp open and close? The ramp open and close low tech on the aircraft, yeah? That's done very well, isn't it? Beautiful lighting. They've done a great job there, I think. Get out of the trees, Murph. And then, of course, we're back over at the airport itself. Loads of that kind of 3D plexiglass stuff. But it looks very immersive. Look at that. Oh, we wanted to check out the tower before we leave. Hang on. So here's the tower. Yeah, they've modelled the interior of the tower. Very basic. But hey, it's a tower in interior. It's pretty nice, isn't it? They did do a good job, yeah. So the ramp door in the aircraft. So if you move over to where your tablet is, click on options and then ramp door open. And there's the ramp opening. Not too bad. Not too bad. Exhibition grounds. DJing, it's good to see you. Yeah, it's not too bad. Right, so we're going to move on. So the city update, as I said, the cities that it includes, Mannheim, Heidelberg. Was it Heidelberg as well? I'll tell you now, look. Mannheim, Heidelberg, Karlsruhe, or is it Karlsruhe, Stuttgart, Esslingen, Kehl and Strasbourg have all been included. So there's no point me jumping in and showing you what they look like. We saw it on the trailer, but just bear in mind, there's some lovely new photogrammetry after being added to the sim, along with that airport. Pretty cool. And that aircraft as well, the Dornier Do 31. Mad machine, right? Not tonight, Captain Gaming. Probably next week, dude. Probably next week. So next up, we're going to be checking out the Horton Ho, the Horton Ho, the Horton, and also, this is going to be hilarious because I shouldn't be using this at this airport, but I thought, sure, listen. I mean, the Germans were mad to build aircraft like this. It's only fitting we put them over in Lukla. What's the ICAO code for Lukla, lads? I should know this. I should know this. VNKL, is it? LK, I thought, is it? Look at that. Ah, brilliant. Now, friends. What are we doing? Something stupid. Right. Ooh. I don't want to be on the runway. Put me into parking. Now, there's every chance I'm not going to get this aircraft out of here. But, you know, I like a challenge. Did I hear a who? Wait and see the state of this, right? So the Horton Ho 229, the flying V, or the flying wing. And you'll see, it's like a miniature B2, right? Fascinating aircraft. And again, the Germans at this stage of the war were making, like, Hitler called them his wonder weapons. Wonder weapons, right? Oh, Jesus, just snowing, look. Right, let's just give it a second here now. And we're going to change the time of day. And we're going to change the Veja. We'll make it nice and pretty. There we go. Bring down some of the cloudage so we can actually see what we're doing. Okay, so we'll have a look at the aircraft now in a moment. Let's check out the scenery, right? Because this is the brand new rendition of Lukla. And when we saw the trailer, it looks very, very, very impressive, right? So this is it in the flesh. Jesus, look at them. Look at this part of the world. For God's sake, it's beautiful, right? So, well, let's go in and take a closer look at the airport, shall we? So, let's see here now. Let's, Jeez, there's a cow. Oh no, it's a horse. Why the long face? So we got a horse. Are we a horse? So there's animals and stuff walking around, as you do. And, well, let's ramble in. Oh, there's people walking. Jesus, you look absolutely shagged. Go on up the hill. Couple up. Now listen, you're not going to win. Look at the bull coming down the hill. Ah, brilliant. Kick the shine out of him. He'd be grand though, look. He'd be totally... What's going to happen here? What is going to happen here? I mean, he literally walked through him. Why is your man walking like that? Low altitude, maybe? Couple of pints? Oh, look! There's a goat! Ah, brilliant! There's a goat! Sean Dale, thank you very much! 20 months, man! Cheers! Did you hear them?
Dougal, have you been drinking? I have, Ted. I've been drinking like a mad idiot.
Ah, brilliant! Look at the fence! And the stream going down by the fence. This is friggin' very good. Right, drive it on. Look at the elevation here. Oh, look! Brilliant! There's an ATV. Where are you off to? Jesus, will you go handy? Here's a helicopter. The pilot throwing shapes. There's the dog. Ah, would you look at the little dog? Don't get run over by the ATV. This is all nuts. There's someone wearing a long jacket, look. Baggage helicopter tours. There's another dog and a cat. There's a fella singing. Hello, cat. This is nuts. What's he doing out there? Hi. What are you doing? He's marching up a hill. Here's another fella. He's about to walk into a building. This place is off the friggin' hook. What's going on? Oh, look. Andy now. Right. Sheep. Meh. Don't tell me you haven't looked at the sheep and went, meh. We all do it. We all do it, right? There's a soldier walking up by the sheep. There's a fella walking down the hill. There's a lot going on here. Extreme sit-ups. Brilliant. Keep going, son. You're all right. Where are you going? Go handy now. Your man means business. Ooh. Right. That's... it's some setup, isn't it? Jesus. Look at the... Look. Jesus. That'll give you freaking nightmares. Christ. Great to hear a native accent. What's going on here? This place is freaking... Oh, hang on. Timmy got modded? Is this all like one big massive illusion? It has to be, considering the aircraft were brought to the party. This is just what happens when there's two... Oh, your one's lying down. Get up! She's lying down with the cat. There's people talking. How strange, weird and wonderful is this place? There's a cat. How are you, cat? Ah, lads, this place is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Your man just doesn't look impressed about the whole situation at all, does he? He wants to know what the dog is doing. That's where he's at. Oh, look, here's more. Jeez, there's more. Where's he at? Take a picture. They actually have a picture on the phone. Look at the state. It's also terrifying, but yes.
Welcome to my secret underground day.
Like, what's going on? What a mad place. A mad place. I've never seen anything like this before in a scenery. And you know what? I kind of like it. Don't do it. Jesus, look at the eyes in this fella. I've seen things. He looks like a young Steven Seagal. Do you know? I can hear someone talking. Lads, honestly, what do you think? Isn't it friggin' nuts? But anyway, all this for a tenner, yeah, isn't it nuts? Okay. So the aircraft we're looking at, very fitting of our surroundings, the Horton Ho229. This thing is friggin' nuts, right? There was 3 of these built as well. And it first flew as a glider variant on the 1st of March 1944. It was designed in response to a call made in 1943 by Hermann Göring, the head of the Luftwaffe, for light bombers capable of meeting 1000 requirement, namely to carry 1000 kilograms of bombs instead, or a distance of 1,000 kilometers at a speed of 1,000 kilometers per hour. Only jet propulsion could achieve the required speed, but such engines were very fuel hungry, necessitating considerable effort across the rest of the design to meet the range requirement. The flying wing configuration was favoured by the Horten brothers due to the high aerodynamic efficiency as demonstrated by the Horten 4 glider. In order to minimise drag, the HO229 was not fitted with a flight control surface. Its ceiling was 15,000 metres or 49,000 feet, and it was the only design that came close to the requirements, and the Horten brothers quickly received an order for 3 prototypes after the project gained Göring's approval. This is mad, lads. This is mad, right? So, as I said, this aircraft is available, and well, we're going to go and take it for a spin. So, we want to look at some of the features. So, outside, yeah, textures and all are nice. Look at the madness of the tail or the wheel assembly, right? The landing gear. It's like a reverse tail dragger. So the idea of this thing being is, you'll notice that the nose wheel is considerably larger, right? Camaro, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome aboard. You'll notice that the nose wheel is considerably larger than the, the back wheels. And there's a reason for that. Once this thing picks up speed, the aircraft will actually raise at the back and entirely sit on the front nose wheel. right? Now, I imagine that the stability is going to be very difficult. But looking at what the developer did in terms of the modeling and the texturing, it's not bad, right? It's not bad. Just some nice details here. And it's fair to say it does come with a number of different liveries, which is always great to see. It's aerodynamically clean, as in, like, look.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
It's weird and wonderful and also mad, right? So Rara-Sim, or Rara, what are they called? Hang on. Let's go in here now and we'll find out the devil. Rara simulations, the flying V, no, the flying wing. Rara-Avis sim. So it's available to buy. It's $20. You get this on Innie Builds, right? 20 quid. So this is what it looks like, and I have to say, it's cool looking, right?
Hello there.
Hello there. Welcome in, Fulda. Good to see you. It is beautiful looking, and considering you're talking 1943, like less than 20 years before that, the Bremen was flying, like that, right? So, well, let's see what it's all about. So we'll jump into the cockpit. It's quite loud in here as well. And I think we can open the canopy. Yes, we can. Okay. What's the wind doing? It seems very windy. Okay. Oh, Jesus. I'm pressing buttons already. Okay. When I say cockpit familiarization, good luck in the cup. But there's a whole load of stuff here. So let's kind of see what we can see. So, oh, Jesus. Do you know what I need to do? I need to change my controls. Let's see here now, because I have that set to the Dornier. On you devil, on you devil, on you devil. Go. Okay. Right, now moving on. What else do we need to do? So that's the canopy open. That looks like flaps, is it? Yeah, that's a flap handle. Landing gear looks to be there. Joystick. Nicely modelled, nice animations and sounds, always good. Jesus. What does Zundug mean? Couldn't tell you. Never met her. Various instruments all look the jazz. Engines. They're going to be loud. I don't know what that does. Let's not pull the thing. I don't know what that does. And then we have some options over here. So we'll open up our little gadget here, look. So it comes with its own little EFB, which is a clipboard. So we can see wheel chocks removed. Now put them on. Engine covers do not remove. Parts may fall off. So you can actually remove the engine covers, look. That's awesome. Look at the engines there, look. They're a Junkers engine. The first kind of mass-produced public jet engine. It's pretty mad, isn't it? We need a translator. Nights up, you're up. That's kind of cool looking. All right. Engine flames. Yes, we want those. A gun sight. Ooh, we have a gun sight, look. Okay. We don't need... antenna. Night fighter aerials. Look at the cut of that. That's awesome looking. Isn't it? JJ Knight, good to see you, man. This thing is wooden built. Yeah, she's a wooden design. And one of the liveries you can select is just the raw wooden design. It's pretty cool, right? So we better put back on these covers. Engine covers. Okay. And you can have a period pilot or no pilot. Okay. Right, disappear that. Right, friends. Checklists. Before starting the engine. 7 Hail Marys and 4 Glory to Be. Park and brake is on. Control stick is good. Pre-flight is done. Fuses check. Oh yeah, all the circuit breakers are done. Well, some of them, not all of them. Okay. Okay. Altimeter setting. Checked. Battery switch. It's alive. It also has modern nav options. There was a switch for that somewhere. Is it these? No. Ah, here we go. Modern navigation. Autopilot. Nice. Imagine flying this thing on FlightSim. Dublin approach. Heinz Svein, the aircraft is about to come in for the landing. Right, fuel valve. Open. Fuel valve. Open. Fuel pump. Oh, Jesus, wrong one. Fuel pump 1 and fuel pump 2. Okay. Starting the engine. Throttle we need to open about a quarter. Left ignition. On. Right ignition. On. Now the starter. It's like starting a lawnmower. Look. It's outside of the plane. There's a friggin' pole handle on the engine. Are we ready? Right starter. That doesn't sound like a jet. Give it a second. Look at these starting to drive now. I'm expecting good things. Oh, yes.
Dude, have you been drinking? I have, Ted. I've been drinking like a mad Egypt.
Pretty impressive. That was pretty impressive, lads. Very unique sounds, visual effects. That was nice. Right, close the canopy. Okay. Where's my checklist? I have to use checklist. Throttles close them. Alternator 1 on. Alternator 2 on. Brilliant. Radio switch. Transponder standby, landing light on if required, navigation lights on, and then park and brake, and that's it. Ah, brilliant! Right, that's brilliant. Now, who here has, you know, the Bijani to try a couple of landings at Lukla? Because I'm on the Southeast Asian server. Right, park and brake off. Mother of God, it moves. Right, easy now, Murphy, Jesus. Spin us over this way now is a good lamb. Look at the state of this. There is no way we're taking off out of here. There's no way, lads. Come up in your chair a little bit. Oh, I'm having to bash in me head, look. Right, go up here to the right. What's the ramp? Oh, Jesus. Right, here we go. This'll give the natives something to talk about. Easy. Easy. What's my wingspan like? Crap. Oh, don't tell me where to hit the wall. Easy. Has a turning circle like a Skoda. Turn, you devil! I mean, this thing turns so well. Rescue on a standby. Did you say firepower? Ah, no, I'm after shooting Pascaline. Jesus, sorry, Pascaline. Turn, you devil. Oh, no, I'm stuck in the wall. Come on, you can do it. Yes, no, no, oh Jesus, no. Oh no, oh. Shh, shh, shh. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. Right. Right, we're going. Shh, shh. Right, okay. This will be grand. Shh, shh. Be fine. Right. Power coming in. Brakes off. Oh, mother of God, we're moving. Right. Oh, Jesus, what's going to happen? Oh! Get off the back wheels. We're off the back wheels. Pull her up. Gear up. Yes. Gear up. Look at this. We're flying. We're actually flying. Wow, look at that. Considering the altitude, right? Look at this! The thing just climbs like an absolute man possessed! It's absolutely nuts! Can we land it, lads? What's the German equivalent to Daka? Z-Daka. They're pretty cool looking. Oh yeah! How cool is that? Didaka. Didaka. Ah, brilliant. Right. How do we land this monstrosity now? Oh, we have flaps too, look. Ooh. What are the spoilers or brakes, no? Oh, we do. We have a speed brake and everything, look. Man alive, that's awesome. How cool is this thing? It should be noted, it's absolutely nuts. I'd say the Horton brothers flew here a lot. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Dacker. Oh, I like that. Right, let's try and land. Is there anyone flying? Multiplayer is turned on, by the way. How is this going to work now? Look at the scenery. Covered in chocolate and it'll be double dacker. Brilliant. Oh, it hand flies superbly well. Really nice hand flying this thing, lads. It's kind of gorgeous, actually. This thing is really nice. Storm window. Yeah. I guess turned here, Jemima. Oh dear, God, that's a big mountain we're going to smash into. Oh! Steady. Steady. Oh dear. Oh sweet.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Ah no, I'm in all sorts of pain and trouble here, lads. Where's the runway gone? Ah, jeez. Trust Murphy to get lost. Oh, there it is. I know where we're going. Gear down, flaps down. Oh, there's the runway. Ah, Jesus, I'm never going to make this at all. Easy. Oh, we're going too fast. Easy.
Can I do the refund?
There's no refunds. Oh no, I'm under going short. Ah. Oh. Shh. Oh.
Yeah. We're going the wrong way.
Well, technically I landed on the runway. Like a lump of strawberry jam, but like technically. Right, try that again. Right, here we go. Uh-oh. Right. Oh, Jesus.
So look at this big ease.
Don't stall. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Oh, Pull up! Right, Grant. There's stuff happening! Colonel Fork is here! Good to see you! 45 months! Hang on a second. Right, get the gear down this time, you big idiot. Where's the runway? Oh, it's up here, look. Right. Is it? Where's the runway? We have people flying with us. I'm trying to sit up in my chair to see the runway. But that's over there, look. Uh-oh. 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 I've just stalled a wing. And because we only have one wing... Oh, Jesus! We should be dead. Right. Let's try that again. Cyrus T, good evening. Okay, I think we're looking good now, lads. Oh, there's the... Oh, we're never going to make that. Although we might. We just might. Easy now, Jemima. Yes. No, yes. We're going for the holy moly approach. Are we ready? Yes. Mind the horses. Yeah. Ooh. Yes. Spoilers. Oh, oh, Jesus, we felt that nitrum. Put her down. Yes. Mother of shit, right? What a mad aircraft. Almost as good as Ryanair, right? How many crashes tonight? What are you talking about? Crashes? I didn't crash at all. Muse, are you alright? I mean, you know what I mean? Are you okay, like? Are you seeing things or something? Oh no, imagine making an absolute mess of that turn. Ah! Oh! Back it up there, Finton. Yes. Jesus, there's barbed wire here as well, look. Hang on, Gaseous Maximus is about to do something. Jesus, there's someone else up there. Who was that? Me, Carlo. In an F-22, look. I mean, this seems... Oh, this is a great viewing spot. We'll get in with the cat. Oh, it's a dog. It's a very big cat or a very small dog. Uh-oh, Gaseous. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no, the humanity in a FireFly Air liver. Oh, no, Jesus. Nearly as... Oh, God. Abort. Abort. Oh, no, you need to abort. Oh, murder, death, kill. Oh. Friends, here lies Gaseous Maximus... April 17, 2024. Shakespeare Carlo ran away. God almighty. Right. Ejector seat. We're on the Southeast Asian server. VNLK is the code. Poor old Gaseous though, right? Poor old Gaseous. What do you think, lads? Messing and acting the Egypt aside, right? The airport scenery, I think it's fantastic. I think it's so weird, wacky and wonderful. It's such the upgrade over the default Lukla, right? And then, hey, what about this aircraft? Like, isn't it absolutely friggin' nuts? Isn't it nuts? And that's why the Romans never flew. Hey, Kingsman is here. Good to see you. I'm well impressed. I'm well impressed. And like, you know, you go all the way up the road up to Everest. Do you know what I mean? Much better than the real aircraft, right? Got about 3 flights out of it before crashing it. Oh, did they? The real one, old veteran, yeah? I have to say, like, I like it. The aircraft is $20. The scenery is $10. You know, I think they're very, very good. Both are very good. The Dornier It's an interesting aircraft. It's a little bit of a challenge. I like that about it. It's because it can challenge you, right? But yeah, I don't know. Like it's don't do it, cat. Get off the runway, cat. Things aren't safe. You have a big Carlo inbound. Oh, there he is. There he isn't. Brilliant. It's interesting, the sound, yeah. Ricardo just he did that just to scare off the animals off the runway, right? That's what he did. So I drove through a severe storm just to fly into a mountain. That adds up. That adds up. The flying wing looks fun while the Dornier looks kind of frustrating. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment, Sterling. It's a very interesting aircraft, and I think any builds, they've done a great job modelling the thing. But is it an aircraft I'm going to jump back into fairly quickly? I don't think so. I really don't. The Horton? I think so. It's fast, it's mad, it's dangerous. It's pretty cool. The hills are alive with the sound of, you know. Right, let's go back and see, can we do this again? Right, lads. Don't panic. Brakes off. Power in. And down the runway. Our back wheels are up already, look. Oh, Jesus. Yep, see Daisy. Gear up. It's a crazy looking aircraft. What's it like at night time? Ew, the goggles do nothing. What does that do? Is there no night lighting? Now, Murphy, you do realise you're flying at night time in the dark. Jesus! Right, look at the timing! Right, easy now. For the moment there, lads. You know. Oh, the sounds in this thing are awesome. And there's Cassius. There's the runway. Speed coming down. Gear is down. Can we land it? Come on, you Betsy, get in there now. Uh-oh. 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 Easy. Easy. Oh, Jesus. It's all right, lads. I'm stuck on the runway. My landing gear never came down, look. Balls. I mean, what are you talking about? Oh. Right, get up the hill there quickly. There goes QC Frank. Aren't they mad looking aircraft? Oh no, my brakes aren't going to do a friggin' thing here. Jesus. Oh. Murphy, you've just broken a priceless aircraft. Yeah. Shh, shh. Oh, Jesus, I'm going the wrong way. Get out of everyone's way, Murphy, and just park there and look pretty. Yes, yes, I can do that. Hello. Right. Clean up on all the aisles. Yeah, I'm having a... Right. There goes Gaseous Maximus. Jesus, nearly as good as... Oh, hang on. Turn off the machine. How do we cut the power? Or how do we kill the engines? There's no mags as such, there's not. How does one actually shut off the fuel? How do we actually turn off the gadget? Fuel valves. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Oh. Turn it off, move slowly toward the door and run, right? My Horten has become a Scorchton, if you get the hybrid word. Brilliant. What do you think though? Isn't it a bit of fun? It's a remarkable aircraft. 1943, lads, right? Just in case you ever had to shoot at incoming aircraft. That's the weirdest looking thing ever. Oh wait, you don't have the new scenery. That explains a lot. Brilliant, right? An American livery of the Horten. Brilliant. So lads, that'll do us. So here we have Lukla, the Mount Everest Pack 1. Aerosoft are the publisher, and I think it's LimeSim they're called, is it? Yeah. LimeSim are the developer. Truly mad. Truly mad. Brilliant. Great bit of crack this place is. And, well, the Horten I think is very, very good. That's from Rara-Avis. And I think they've done a great job. Right. But yeah, bit of crack for sure. So it'll be interesting to see other aircraft and scenery. Like they're going to be developing more scenery up this neck of the woods for Mount Everest. So heli pilots are covered, general aviation pilots are covered, and the absolute mad lads are covered here as well. Oh, QC Frank died on takeoff. Brilliant! Ah, jeez, right, brilliant. You poor no one saw it, QC Frank. It's all okay, right? It's all okay. But anyway, thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in tonight. We're back to you on Friday night, or maybe tomorrow, but definitely Friday night, as we continue on with our flight of the Bremen. We're going to be flying in the Boeing 737-800 series aircraft as we take off from Keflavik as we head on over to Greenland. That should be a lot of fun. So guys, as always, thank you so much for tuning in, all the support, for all the likes on YouTube, lads, I do appreciate it, and for all the follows here on Twitch. Thank you also very, very much indeed, guys. And yeah, hopefully tonight has provided you with a bit of information and a decent showcase of what you could expect if you were to look at any of the add-ons that were shown off. So the City Update 6, that's for free. You can grab that right now. The Dornier Do31, it's payware, but it's relatively cheap, 10 or 15 bucks depending on. The Horton Ho 229 is about 20 bucks, pick it up from Anybills. And then we have this scenery, Lukla, part of the new Mount Everest pack. You can pick that up over on Aerosoft for about 10 bucks. About a tenner. Not bad at all. And very interesting scenery to say the least, you know. So until the next time, thank you so much for tuning in. See you soon.